A very bright, sunny, and good morning to you, and welcome to the Al Arafah Bank NCL T20 2024-25 powered by Walton. Today is match day 4, and we have a double header here in the outer stadium of Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. And first up is the Dhaka Derby. Dhaka Division versus Dhaka Metro. Let's find out how the pitch should be, how the pitch looks. So the toss happened a while ago, where Dhaka Division, they have won the toss, and their skipper Saif Hassan says they'll ball first. They had a forgettable game yesterday as they folded up for only 64 against Dhaka Division. Definitely they will look forward to turn the tables today against Dhaka Metro, who are flying at this moment with 100% win so far from their 3 games. In the com box, let's welcome Mohammad Isam. A very good morning.
A good morning to you, Sajjad. Yes, very surprising, bright, early sun out, because we were experiencing a lot of fog every morning since we have come here. It's a welcome change for all of us, and for this venue particularly, which has experienced early finishes due to weather conditions, but it seems like slowly improving. There was a complete game on the 3rd game day here.
So the first ball coming up into the leg side, and the first runs already on the board.
Yes, off the mark with a drive towards mid-on. That'll be the actual way that most batters will go for it at this venue. I was very surprised with the decision of the toss, because the wicket that I saw during the pitch report was very much in favor of the batters. It was flat, maybe a tinge of moisture, but that is short-lived because of the way the sun is beating down on the pitches already. You can see the long shadows on top of that pitch, telling you that it is going to be a baking hot day. To start off with, it's Imranuzzaman and Naeem Sheikh for Dhaka Metro, while it is Iqbal Hussain Imon for Dhaka Division.
Naeem Sheikh with offered. Cut away. He is off the mark as well. These 2 openers started well in all 3 games so far. As a pair, they are averaging currently 82, all 50 plus partnerships. Both are in great form.
Yes, it will be imperative for Dhaka Division, I beg your pardon. This will happen a few times today, because both teams are named Dhaka. So Dhaka Metro have their openers up and running. They are not leaving deliveries. They're just going for every ball, which is going to be hard for Dhaka Division.
Attempted a big shot outside edge. Is lucky the ball didn't carry to the fielder. Imranuzzaman. He had a brilliant start yesterday as well.
Yes, certainly these 2 openers are just going at it from the word go. No sighters there for Imranuzzaman and Naeem Sheikh. Both are off the mark, but 3 very attacking shots already.
Outside edge. Is that an outside edge? Oh no, umpire says no. Iqbal Imon, he got really excited. They know how important this wicket is.
There's an appeal, but it seemed like it bounced over the batter. It was an excellent delivery from 𝗂𝗚𝗎𝗓. He's having a hard time to contain these two batters because their approach so far has been attacking. They've not allowed 𝗂𝗚𝗎𝗓 to settle yet.
Once again, outside off stump, looking to go over the top, losing their shape. 𝗫𝗓𝗫𝐿, one of the most prolific run getters from Dhaka Metro.
In a way, I think Imon has bowled a good over. He's already bowled 2 dots, and he will have to work out how to bowl to Naeem Sheikh and Imran-uz-Zaman in this marauding attacking approach.
Iqbal Imon, this youngster, already impressed everyone. Brilliantly bowled once again. What an opening over from Iqbal Imon. 3 for no loss after first over. The playing 11s there. Dhaka Division versus Dhaka Metro. Saif Hassan leading Dhaka Division. Mahidul Ankon, Arafat Sani Junior, Ariful Islam, 𝗂𝗵𝗴𝗃𝗃𝗃, Taibur Rahman, Nazmul Opu, Enamul Haq, Iqbal Imon, who bowled the brilliant first over already, Shuman Khan and Ronnie Talukdar.
Dhaka Metro has Naeem Sheikh, Imran-uz-Zaman, Imon, Shamsul Shubho, Tajibul, Rakibul, Arafat Sani Senior, Abu Haider Rani, Shahidul Islam, Ali Sal Islam, and Shadman Islam is back into the side after touring West Indies. You can also see Ronnie Talukdar in the other 11.
So pace from both ends. Isam, the pitch, how does it look to you? We'll come back to this later. Once again, with offered.
Yes, the bowler is Anamul Haq, who's coming to the attack early. It's a change of tact from other captains. We look at this wicket, the pitch for today's matches here at the academy ground. It's green. It has a green tinge to it, and it's mostly flat. The grass is, as the curators like to call it, live grass, which means that it is going to affect seam movement.
Short and wide, cut away. The fielder, he did his best, but the power was there to beat him for the first boundary of the match.
Yes, as I was saying, the pitch will offer a lot of flatness towards the batter. The batters will need to trust the bounce, and as you just saw, Imran-uz-Zaman trusted that bounce outside off stump and wrapped his wrists around that ball for the first boundary of the innings for Dhaka Metro.
Imran-uz-Zaman already has picked up his first boundary. Slower, picked by the batter, up and over. And that's a big hit. The first 6 as well comes from Imran-uz-Zaman's bat.
He picked that slower ball from Anamul Haq brilliantly as he lifted it over long on for the first 6 of the innings. Look at that flow of that bat. Wonderful connection from Imran-uz-Zaman. He's been in good form in this tournament so far.
Already scored 120 runs from the 3 innings he played previously, with an average of 40, striking it over 160. And his captain, his partner at the other end, Mohammad Naeem Sheikh, top scorer for Dhaka Metro, scoring 133 runs in 3 innings. Once again, full. Now, brilliant effort from the fielder. That was hit hard. He certainly saved a boundary. Got himself injured on the process.
Yes, that was cracked away by Imran. Looks to be in prime nick. as he looks to give Dhaka Metro the usual start that they've had. They had a quiet first over. Anamol struggling to contain these two batters. As we look at that decision from Dhaka Division, electing to field first, like most of the other captains at this venue, perhaps they didn't look at the data that sides winning the toss in these matches at this academy ground, only one team has won after winning the toss.
Oh, I hope he is not injured. That fall was bad. And Amol Haq, thankfully he seems all right, not even limping. That's great news. Look at that here. Oh my goodness, that could have been nasty.
Yes, that back ankle sliding and slipping. Fortunate for Anamol, he's okay, he's up and running again.
We were talking about the pitch, we were talking about the high scores on this ground. Flicked. There is a protection. So this is the same pitch that was used on day 2, and we saw high scoring affairs in the first game. It was a curtailed game, 15 overs per innings, where Chattogram scored 145 runs in 15 overs. Even yesterday, in the other pitch, we saw a match where 180 plus runs were scored. Brilliant fielding once again at short mid wicket. That was hit hard by Imranuzzaman. The fielder had very little time to react, and he reacted well. 2 gone, 16 for no loss. Iqbal Hossain Irwan continuing. That was a good delivery. Very good fielding as well. But the batter, they were able to pick up a run. So good cricket all around.
So far, Dhaka Metro has made the sort of impact that they have usually made in this tournament so far. 3 matches, these openers, Imranuzzaman and Naeem Sheikh. Naeem Sheikh hasn't quite got going yet, but that's the whole target of it.
That came back, played with softer hands. These 2 openers, we already talked about their consistency in this tournament. They have provided 50 plus partnerships in all 3 games, averaging over 80. One of the most important part of their batting is they were able to rotate the strikes on a regular basis. They've considered very little dot balls.
Goes for that shot over fine leg, and that is going for 1 and 2 bounce into the boundary. Imranuzzaman continues to be the attacking factor in this Dhaka Metro approach. Couple of boundaries and a 6 for him already. He's moved to 19. Look at that shot, a hook shot over wider long leg, and that's gone for 4. Yes, this opening pair that Sajjad has been mentioning, they've averaged over 80, and already they've put the Dhaka Division bowlers under pressure.
𝗃𝗵𝗻, he has a big challenge. This youngster has bowled well in this tournament so far with an economy of less than 5. Full upish. No timing at all from the batter.
Sajad, if you have seen these 16 balls carefully, they haven't played a defensive shot yet, and they're not about to unless they're forced with a delivery on the stumps. Naeem Sheikh and 𝗓𝗓𝗓 have taken this all-out approach, but with cricketing shots. I think that's, and you also mentioned how they don't miss out on singles and twos. So it has been a great start. Look at his numbers, 139 at 167.
Once again, very quick single, very good running between the wicket. If we look at the batting lineup of Dhaka Metro, they have got 3 batters whose strike rate is over 150. We'll come back to that discussion. Well, so 3 batters have strike rates over 150. Mohammad Naeem and 𝗓𝗓𝗓. Mohammad Naeem almost 170, 168.35 to be exact. 𝗓𝗓𝗓 over 160. Tajibul Islam over 155. Then Shamsur Rahman Shubh 126. Abu Haidar Ronnie is also there, who can play the big shots down the order. So they have no reason to hold themselves back, especially when you are in good form. Look at that once again. It was a good ball, respected, but they are not giving away dot balls. Once again, a single to end the over. 24 for no loss after 3. This is the brightest morning we have had in Sylhet since this tournament has started. Gentle breeze across the ground as we can see the flags flying. Yes, this is there. The sun is out. It is bright, but pleasant weather to play cricket. You have played some cricket, so 𝗂𝗵𝗂𝗃, you can see spin introduced for the first time in this game against Naeem Sheikh. So Isam, do you want to play cricket in this weather?
No, of course. Great weather. You know, 15 December, we're just one day short of Victory Day. It's a great week for the nation. Lots of celebrations and it's a big occasion for all of us. And we are here in Sylhet for this competition.
Slip is out. Short ball. Pulled away. 1 bounce for Naeem Sheikh. He picks up his first boundary.
That was on the cards. 𝗂𝗵𝗂𝗃 dropping short. And Naeem Islam didn't need a second invitation as he goes over the mid-on fielder for his first boundary.
Naeem Sheikh is slowly finding his feet out there. That's good to see. Good gesture from the opposition fielder. Yes, we name it Dhaka Derby, but I don't think the players, they hate each other. In fact, all are friends. It's good to see. We were out there before the game started. Everyone was greeting everyone else, checking the preps. Once again, short, this time over the top, all the way for the first six from Naeem's bat.
There was no friendliness in that. Naeem Sheikh goes back again. Another short ball from 𝗂𝗵𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗃. This time he goes the aerial loop, lifts that ball over mid-on for his first six of this innings.
Again, over the top, one bounce. Long on has been cleared.
Yes, it's a repeat. 3 balls in a row now. 4, 6, 4 after a good start to the over. Now it is all up to Naeem Sheikh how he's going to go in the last 2 balls. 𝗂𝗵𝗂𝗂𝗃 home under a bit of pressure here.
Long on his back. Now he has some work to do. 4, 6, 4 single after the dot ball on the first delivery. A brilliant over for Dhaka Metro. Last ball coming up. 𝗂𝗵𝗂𝗂𝗃 home already has been expensive. 𝗬𝗏𝗎𝗓. Now we have to find out how he approaches against the off spinner. 𝗂𝗵𝗂𝗂𝗃 home. Experienced one. And 𝗬𝗏𝗎𝗓 pays respect to the experience. 39 for no loss after 4. Again, a brilliant start provided by the openers. 𝗬𝗏𝗎𝗓. 20 of 12. Naeem Sheikh, 1 short, facing the same number of deliveries. No extras so far. That's one positive from the bowling side. The discipline is there. But they need to dislodge this partnership as soon as possible. Otherwise, this pair can take the game away from you. Shuman Khan, it seems to have a ball now from the Al Arafa Islamic Bank end. Dhaka Division. They are not sitting pretty. If we look at the points table, though they are in number 4, but they have only 1 win from the 3 games. Inside edge. Luck goes Naeem Sheikh's way as he picks up another boundary.
When it rains, it pours. Dhaka Division are wondering what has hit them, but that is how exactly the Dhaka Metro openers, 𝗬𝗏𝗎𝗓 and Naeem Sheikh bats. They go for everything. Look at that. Way outside the off stump. He goes for that drive, takes the inside edge and goes to the boundary.
So brilliant start for Dhaka Metro once again in this over. With offered, accepted gleefully over extra cover, another boundary.
And already in this over, Naeem Sheikh has overtaken 𝗬𝗏𝗎𝗓 in terms of scoring. He's now on 27. 𝗬𝗏𝗎𝗓 who made the early running, but Naeem Sheikh in these last 2 overs. 2 6s and a 4 in the previous over. 1 6 and 2 4s, and now 2 boundaries. He's looking in good form, Naeem Sheikh. He's come into the competition on the back of a strong first-class season for Dhaka Metro, scoring 180 in one of his innings.
Once again going for the big shot. This time good comeback from the bowler. Naeem Sheikh, you were mentioning about his strong records in this season, but he has been pretty consistent in the domestic circuit.
This is generally scoring a lot of runs whenever he's played any format, actually, T20, first class or one-day cricket. He's looking in great touch here. This time a dot ball from Shumon Khan. A rare one in this start for Dhaka Metro is moved to 47 without loss, and a fourth half-century partnership is around the corner. But the way these two are going, I don't think they'll be pleased with just a 50 partnership at this point. I think it's all about the impact.
Is it another boundary? Yes, it is. And with this boundary, fourth consecutive 50-plus partnership from the opening pair of Dhaka Metro.
51. They've scored their 50 in just 4.5 overs. 7th 4 of the innings already. This one carved over the point fielder and into the boundary. It's a reigning force. 3 in the over from Shumon Khan already.
Expensive over the previous one, 15 of the Shubhagata home over, 12 already in this over. Naeem Sheikh looking for another one, but the fielder is getting underneath it. He drops it. It was a good effort. He covered a lot of ground, but unfortunately he couldn't balance himself to take this catch. Single to end the over, 52 for no loss after 5.
Yes, that was a chance. That was the first chance offered by the openers. Naeem Sheikh couldn't quite connect with that hoik towards mid-wicket. The fielder ran hard, did all the hard work, but then couldn't hold on to it. These are the chances that will get Dhaka back into this game. So far, 𝗂𝗃𝗃 11 runs from his 2 overs. The last 2 overs have gone for 28 from Shubhagata Home and Shumon Khan. And Anamul too has conceded 13 from his only over. So Saif is looking for his options, trying to ensure that the power play doesn't go even worse for them.
Once again, a brilliant start from the openers. 52 for no loss after 5. New bowler, Nazmul-Opoo. Darted in. Single on the first ball for Naeem Sheikh.
This will be a different proposition for these batters. Last over of the power play. And Imranuzzaman gets back on strike after a while, so he will be a little skeptical if he wants to look out for that Opoo delivery that slides in. Nazmul-Opoo is very experienced. He understands the situation quite well too.
Once again, very good ball. Coming into the right-hander with the arm.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. That delivery from Nazmul-Opoo that slides into the stumps. It is his speciality, and it is something that can keep Imranuzzaman quiet for a while.
Is that a wide? No, the umpire thinks the batter moves across the off stump. That is why. Not given. Appeal, and the finger goes up. Once again, slog sweep attempted across the line. Imranuzzaman, he is not happy with the decision, but he has to come back.
Yes, Nazmul Islam Opoo strikes for his side as Dhaka Metro lose their opener Imranuzzaman, who lost a bit of rhythm in the last couple of overs. Looking at that delivery on the replay there, He went for that almighty slog sweep, and it seemed from our angle that it was going to hit outside of stump, and that is why he is not really happy. But the decision is given. Dhaka Metro are 52 for 1.
This is the lowest opening partnership from Naeem Sheikh and 𝗵𝗺𝗀, and that too is a 50+ partnership, 53 for 1. Imon, the new batter. Nazmul picking up a wicket in the previous delivery.
Anisul Islam Imon, another attacking batter for Dhaka Metro, joins Naeem Sheikh at the crease, who's already made a splash out there. But Nazmul Islam Opoo has given Dhaka Division a lifeline with that wicket. Oh, that was a Yorker. Bowled it very full. End of the over, end of the power play. It's 53 for 1, Dhaka Metro after 6 overs.
End of the power play. Confirmation from the umpire. The Dhaka Division did manage to pick up the wicket of 𝗵𝗺𝗀, but still not a bad start for Dhaka Metro. Skipper Naeem Sheikh at the crease once again looking really good. He has had a very good run of form in the recent times. 53 for 1 in the power play. They must be happy. Punched on the back foot, gets the single.
Good morning, Mazhar. And a lot of your teammates are playing out there, ex-teammates. Now you can consider me as your teammate up in the com box. Shuman Khan coming back. Anisul Islam Imon. Another good performer with the bat for Dhaka Metro. Scored 52 runs so far in this tournament. Now he's got an opportunity to bat a bit earlier.
Pull shot. Finds the gap as well. Doesn't have enough legs. Fielders long on. Covered that in the end. But Anisul Haq is off the mark with a couple. Yeah, just going back to Dhaka Metro's batting, Sajjad. They go on to win their first 3 matches batting first. In the first game, they posted 192 for 4 against Boishal, winning by 31 runs. On their second game against Rajshahi, they posted 162 and winning by 8 runs. In the third game, the last one, they won by 6 runs, posting 146. Again, short ball, pulled away. This time he gets the boundary. Gets onto it in a flash.
Back-to-back short deliveries, back-to-back pull shots. This time, probably not quietly balanced. Look at that. But the connection was really good. And the placement was perfect. The fielder at the deep, Nazmul Opoo, he had no chance to stop that. So Anisul Imon, he is continuing the good start 𝗵𝗺𝗀 provided for his team. Change in the field. Nazmul Opu comes up in the circle, in the fine leg.
Gives the charge, came down the track. Yeah, just going back to Dhaka Metro's batting, the success for them so far in this tournament has been the top order. The openers provided the start, even the top order, like at number 3, number 4, the batters came in and chip in a few runs, which has worked really well for them. And once again, they've got a very good start.
Led by the captain himself, Mohammad Naeem Sheikh, batting on 34 from 20 balls.
Back of a length delivery, drifting down the leg side, looking for the second. No, he'll have to settle for one. Shubman Khan needs to be a bit careful. He's got the fine leg up inside the circle against the left-hander. Anything drifting down the leg side will cause problem for him.
Against the right-hander as well. When Anisul Iman, he is on strike, we can see the fine leg is coming in once again. Mid-off is also up. So if the ball is bowled at a fuller length, Anisul Iman could explore that option as well.
He heard you, Sajjad Udash. He just saw the fielder at long off, comes inside the circle, goes over the bowler's head. And the umpire needs to check whether it was a boundary or not. But a good effort in the deep at long on by the fielder. But the intention was right, Sajjad.
Absolutely. Ronnie Talukdar flying in Bangladesh. The umpire is checking if it was a boundary. Good effort from Ronnie Talukdar. Well. I think the confusion will be here. The boundary rope was pushed a bit. There, it was pushed back with his body. Now, does the ball roll over or touching the original boundary line where the cushion was placed?
It's going to be a tricky call for the third umpire. Thankfully, we are not doing that job, Sajjad. Yeah, it's touch and go. Did well diving towards his left. And now the umpire will have a closer look whether the ball go on to hit that boundary wedges or not. You mentioned it rightly, the wedges were pushed back after Ronnie Talukdar made that dive. Yeah, boundary given. A valiant effort by Ronnie Talukdar, but Anisul Iman will take that boundary.
I think that's the right call from the TV umpire. So another over done.
Skipper Saif Hassan brings himself into the attack against the left-hander Naeem Sheikh. Bowling a lot slower, giving that air. That's the right way to bowl in this sort of surface, Parvez. Beg your pardon, Udash. I'm missing Parvez, by the way. Yeah, so the idea would be to bowl a lot slower. We have seen even in the main stadium, main ground of the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium, spinners got perches, especially in the second game of the day, where the pitches got a bit more hard and drier as the sun comes out, as the day progresses. There are a few rough patches, dry patches, even I've noticed in this surface as well. For the right-hander, it's just outside the roundabout the off stump with a fuller length, where the ball might do something as the day progresses. Coming around the wicket to the right-hander.
Here at the outer ground as well. The spinners got some purchase yesterday. Especially in the second game. Is that a boundary? Wow. That was placed beautifully. 𝗬𝗎𝗓𝗄𝗎. The short, little bit of width offered. Look at that. Wow. The placement was perfect. Deep backward point had no chance. Gave it a chase, but in vain. So as we were saying, spinners getting purchase of the wicket.
𝗬𝗎𝗓𝗄𝗎 played that late, used the pace of the bowler. That was a quicker one from Saif, but this time he slowed it down. Swing and a miss. He would feel he missed out on that occasion. Dot ball to end the over. 71 for 1. Imran-Uz-Zaman was strap leg before by Nazmul-Oppu after scoring 20 of 15. 𝗫𝗓𝐶𝐶 looking good. Once again 36 of 23. 𝗬𝗎𝗓𝗄𝗎 struck a couple of boundaries, 15 of 10. Fair bit of batting left for Dhaka Metro. Shamsul Shubho has been in good touch. Ghazi Tazibul also in very fine touch. Rakibul Hassan Arafat Sani can bat as well. Nazmul-Oppu to continue. He will be up against the left-hander 𝗫𝗓𝐶𝐶. Eyeing that block hole pretty often, Nazmul-Oppu. We have seen him bowling those Yorkers to perfection.
And so far in the 1.1 over he bowled, we haven't seen him giving the ball much air. He is bowling, he's darting the ball in. Once again in the first ball, we could see a low full toss, but because of the pace, because of the trajectory of the ball, the batters are not being able to get underneath it.
Yeah, the thing is he's bowling quick, and if the batters are also go hard against him, it won't be easy for them to time it. So they need to rather wait for the ball and time the ball rather going for it harder. Take your time will be the key for the batters. Not trying to turn the ball, Nazmul-Oppu. Seems like he's bowling with the seam, trying to get some purchase in the air rather off the surface.
Trying to use the crease as well. Nazmul-Oppu. Big shot attempted and good connection from 𝗬𝗎𝗓𝗄𝗎. Went over mid-wicket for a 6. 𝗬𝗎𝗓𝗄𝗎 took the risk of playing that shot across the line, exposing the stumps as well, but he had it under control, and it's a big hit.
Good comeback by Nazmul-Oppu. That's a better line and length. Yeah, with the surface not offering much of a turn, that prompted 𝗬𝗎𝗓𝗄𝗎 to go against the spin. However, there's hardly any spin. That is the reason why he's eyeing that shorter side of the ground, which is the on side of the right-hander. 68 meters in the western side and 70 on the east. The left side of the left-hander now. Yep, 𝗫𝗓𝗓𝗄𝗎 He's constructing his innings really well. Anisul, on the other hand, scoring those boundaries and sixes often. End of over number 9. Dhaka Metro, 82 for 1. Six bowlers used so far by skipper Saif Hassan. Nazmulopu, the only successful bowler so far, giving away 12 runs from his 2 overs. Iqbal Imon, Shuman Khan also bowled a couple of overs. Spinners to continue. That was too close to cut. There is a bit of hesitation, directed and gone. That was poor calling from the non-striker, and also 𝗫𝗡𝐶𝗫𝗃 took off right after he hit that ball. Not the best of way to depart Anisul Imon. He was looking really good, but an unfortunate dismissal for him. He is run out after scoring 23 of 13.
Bad mix-up. It was a really bad call. Anisul Imon, he didn't have the time to even go for the dive. Look at that. Inside edge, Imon called it. He stopped as well, and then he had no chance to make his ground. 𝗫𝗡𝐶𝗫𝗃 had no idea what's happening on the other end. He made the dive as well, thinking that the throw might come to his end. But the unfortunate batter was Anisul Imon on this occasion.
Yeah, it was Anisul's call. He was at the non-striker's end, and 𝗫𝗡𝐶𝗫𝗃 just followed his instruction, and Imon hesitated in the middle and in the process losing his wicket. New batter in for Dhaka Metro, Shamsur Rahman Shubho. Looked really good in the previous 2 matches that he played. Experienced campaigner, played all the formats for Bangladesh. A fit cricketer. Best of 27 in this tournament so far, with a strike rate of 126, and the feature of his batting is he would love to push the fielders and look for the singles and doubles pretty often.
Played a good knock yesterday as well. Was innovative, creative, getting the success.
And gets up the mark right away. I think 𝗫𝗡𝐶𝗫𝗃 is doing the right thing. He was giving more strike to Anisul Imon, who was looking good, but at the moment with Shamsur Shubho at the crease and we're into the 10th over of the innings, 𝗫𝗡𝐶𝗫𝗃 might think to accelerate a bit after a couple of overs. And he goes for that reverse. Great execution and finds the boundary.
He thought, enough is enough. I need to go for it now. Get the partnership going. Look at that. He knew exactly where the fielders were placed. Going for the reverse, making great connection. 1 bounce for a boundary. 𝗫𝗡𝐶𝗫𝗃 into the 40s.
But 𝗫𝗡𝐶𝗫𝗃 also needs to be careful about the fact that apart from the top order, the middle order hardly contributed throughout the last 3 matches. So he needs to stay there at least till the 15th over. Making some room, trying to pierce that offside field. Straight to the fielder, does well at cover. Dot ball to end the over. We are halfway through the innings. Dhaka Metro 87 for 2. the current run rate is just around 9. The start has been good. They lost Ani Suleiman not so long ago with Shamsur Rahman coming in. I think they have set a very good platform to post a good total on the board.
Tried to squeeze between point and third man. Couldn't find the gap. Shamsu Shubho. He played a good knock yesterday. 26 of 18.
Looking to play that on the onside. Connection was good. And finding the gap as well between the fielder at deep mid wicket and long on. Shamsur Rahman gets his first boundary.
On the previous occasion, he tried to squeeze the gap, but this time he powered through it. What a brilliant sweep shot it was. Placement. Specifically, we need to talk about that. Look at that. It was a sweep shot all along the carpet, but it was hit pretty straight for a sweep shot, bisecting the fielders at mid-wicket and long on. So good boundary earned by Shubho.
Goes for that big heave again. He's someone who's not going to hold back. He will play his shots. He's always in positive frame of mind, looking for those runs. A busy cricketer.
Played for Bangladesh as well, Shamsur Rahman Shubho. I still remember the innings he played against New Zealand in Fatullah, 96 it was. After a successful BPL, he got that opportunity and still trying to contribute for the teams he is playing at any level.
Again, fuller delivery. 𝗂𝗚𝗡 flicks that away. Fielder does well at deep square leg, but they will get a couple. 𝗂𝗚𝗡 has been in prolific from Udash, but one thing I'd like to see about 𝗂𝗚𝗡 is how he uses his feet.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Good
We have
boys.
seen him struggling in international circuit with his foot movement. He scored bulk of runs in domestic circuit, but I'd love to see how he uses his feet. And I think this is a very good platform for him to work on his weakness and the areas he needed to work on in order to excel in international cricket as well.
I totally agree with you. Even in this tournament, even in the last shot he played, you could see he is relying more on hand-eye coordination and his body balance. Shamsur Rahman Shubho, strong shot once again, good fielding effort. Will pick up a couple of runs. So 𝗂𝗚𝗡, we will come back to this discussion after 11:97 for 2.
So Shamsur Rahman Shubho keeping the tempo high ever since he came to the crease, looking for the singles and doubles, and also struck a boundary. 𝗂𝗚𝗡 on the other hand also can take a bit of time. As I mentioned, he's been the set batter, can bat till the 15th over and then go for that late launch. Yeah, just going back to 𝗂𝗚𝗡, he's a very talented cricketer, no doubt about it. Scores a lot of runs, true. But he needs to know the difference between the domestic circuit and international cricket. When a batter can score runs, it means he has that game sense. It's just few fine-tuning that is required for 𝗂𝗚𝗡 to do well in international cricket as well. And I'm sure he's working on it. Comes down the track, top edge. Falls safe. And we'll get a couple. You see, all of a sudden, 𝗬𝗪𝗂𝗏 just came in and he's scored 10 of 7.
100 up in the board, 100 for 2. 𝗬𝗪𝗂𝗏 going for that big heave over mid-wicket once again. He got success in the previous over against Nazmul, but this time he was lucky that top edge didn't go to the hands of the fielder. Placed at third man. Saif Hassan regular with the ball in hand in domestic circuit. Already picked up a wicket today.
Swept away, slog sweep. Hits at the longest part of the ground for the maximum. 𝗬𝗪𝗂𝗏 looking really good right away.
Seems to be his go-to shot against the spinners. The connection was great. The second 6. Brilliant. He covered the line of the ball.
Again, short ball, square cut. Boundary after a 6. So all of a sudden, the bowler is under tremendous pressure, courtesy of 𝗬𝗪𝗂𝗏's quick hand-eye coordination.
This time the experience coming into the play. 𝗬𝗪𝗂𝗏, he knew the bowler will try to correct himself. In the process, Saif Hassan pitching it short and 𝗬𝗪 was waiting on his back foot. Also the width was offered there.
He's a very good player against the spin. Look how he moves his front leg, the trigger movement. Initially it comes forward and then he can go back and also in front with that trigger movement. He's got very good balance as a batter and very flexible as well. And quick hands, as I mentioned earlier. Naeem Sheikh on 47. Dhaka Metro, this one's a very good over so far for them. Flicks it away on the onside. 15 runs off the over of Saif Hassan. A good one for Dhaka Metro. They are 1-1-2 for 2 after 12. It's been a very good start and now they are capitalizing on that. We are into the 13th over of the innings. Dhaka Metro 1-1-2 for 2 with 𝗬𝗪𝗂𝗏 looking really good. 21 of just 10 deliveries. Skipper Naeem Sheikh inching towards his second 50 of the tournament. Just 2 runs shy of that, 48 of 34. And once again, the platform, as I mentioned earlier, is laid for Dhaka Metro to post a very good total on the board. What do you reckon, Udash? What should be a good total from here on for Dhaka Metro?
Definitely 180 plus. They should look forward to reach to that score, maybe even more. Closing on to 200 even. They've got the start, they have the platform, they have 2 set batters already.
𝗬𝗪𝗂𝗏 comes into the attack. Hails from Narayanganj. A very handy cricketer. Street smart cricketer. Genuine all-rounder. Can bat well, also bowls well a lot.
He's picked up 2 wickets. Economy is under 5 in this tournament so far. 𝗂𝗪𝗏 will reach the fence. Once again, 𝗬𝗪𝗂𝗏, brilliant with the foot movement, brilliant with the placement. 14th boundary in this match, in this innings. 𝗬𝗪𝗏𝗻, it wasn't that short. He was onto his back foot into a flash.
Look how quickly he shifts his body balance. Coming forward, he's got the trigger movement. He can come forward pretty easily without taking that extra stride. And while playing that back foot square cut, he hardly went to the back foot, rather shifted his body weight onto the backside and then played that shot. Outstanding player against the spinners. And that single will bring 𝗫𝗡𝗫𝐶𝗫 his second 50 of the tournament. 50 came of 36 deliveries. A captain's knock so far, but the job is not yet done.
And his consistency is on another level in this NCL T20 tournament. 𝗫𝗡𝗫𝐶𝗫 is looking really good.
Again, just waiting for that one, rather going after that. Since 𝗬𝗪𝗏𝗻 is bowling a lot flatter and with the surface not providing any purchase for the spinners yet, they can play their strokes even against the spin.
Dot ball to end the over. 8 of the first 𝗬𝗪𝗏𝗻 over. 120 for 2 after 13.
𝗵𝗵 of 37 balls for skipper 𝗫𝗡𝗫𝐶𝗫. 6 fours and 1 6. He's looked really good throughout the tournament, and 𝗬𝗪𝗏𝗻 Shubho giving him good support from the other end. And skipper Saif Hassan brings in his seamer now, where the spinners couldn't make an impact, and the two batters look really good against the spinners. As I welcome Mohammad Isam. Very good morning, Isam.
Morning, Mazhar. Sort of like a reunion of cricketers of Dhaka Metro and Dhaka Division. There is a lot of bonhomie and friendliness, but underneath all of this, there is huge competitiveness between these players. They've known each other all their lives. They've trained together at the age group level. But you look at 𝗫𝗪𝗏𝗻 Shubho and all these players, they are highly competitive. And the other thing that has really caught my eye is 𝗫𝗪𝗏𝗻 Shubho's approach today.
Short ball punched away in front of square. He will fetch another boundary. He is batting really well, 𝗫𝗪𝗏𝗻 Shubho, whether it's in the front foot or going back.
And what has helped Dhaka Metro, especially with 𝗫𝗡𝗫𝗫 consolidating at the other end, now with 𝗫𝗪𝗏𝗻 Shubho attacking, they have yet another batter who can up the tempo. It's the 14th over and they have really gone into a zone, and especially through 𝗫𝗪𝗏𝗻 Shubho's 31, that they have made this.
It was not the close enough, but I think very good try in the end by the fielder at backward point, 𝗽𝗵𝗴𝗲𝗏. It was in the air for a while. 𝗫𝗪𝗏𝗻 Shubho once again trying to make some room.
Yes, that was perhaps the first chance offered by Shubho. He's been brilliant so far. 15 balls for his 32. The sort of attack that Dhaka Metro would have wanted from one of the middle order batters to take on as they go into the middle and the death overs.
Back of a hand slow attempted. Straight to the fielder at point. I think 𝗬𝗪𝗂𝗂𝗂, the way he batted, once he came into the crease, released the pressure from 𝗫𝗫𝐴.
Yes, totally. He's relieved the pressure, and look at that muscle memory kicking in for 𝗬𝗪𝗂𝗂𝗂. Every ball, he's either jumping back on the back foot or going after the ball on the front foot.
He went to the position even before the bowler bowled and played that ramp shot really well. Outstanding execution. Knew the field at short fine leg was inside the circle. Just helped that away.
Yes, Anamul had a bit of time, but there he fell. So his balance was also gone, but very well taken advantage of by 𝗫𝗫𝐴. Gets another boundary. This over already 9 runs off it.
Once again, trying to play that same stroke. Bowled a lot slower this time, Anamul.
Yes, perhaps he read that shot before he could execute it. 𝗫𝗫𝐴, and Anamul gets a dot. A dot ball for Dhaka Division has become quite rare, especially after 𝗬𝗪𝗂𝗂𝗂 walked into the crease. Last ball of the over coming up. What has 𝗫𝗫𝐴 got for us?
Fine leg up inside the circle. There's a deep square leg, deep mid wicket. But now mid-off goes back and deep third comes inside the circle. Goes for that hoik. Timing was not good, but he will get a single. 𝗫𝗫𝐴, 55/41 now. Dhaka Metro 130 for 2 after 14. The current run rate would take them to 185, but I'm sure they must be eyeing somewhere near 190, even 200 is some.
Yes, going at 13 and over now makes sense at the way 𝗬𝗪𝗂𝗂𝗂 has approached his innings early on. He's a very good player of spin, and he knows these bowlers like the back of his hand almost. He's been playing against them and with them all his life, so he knows what's coming. And 𝗫𝗫𝐴 too, credit to him for sticking around for so long and getting his 50, and now allowing 𝗬𝗪𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂 to do the bulk of the scoring.
Eyeing that block hole, 𝗽𝗄𝗃𝗃. He's a street smart cricketer, as I mentioned previously, Islam. You've seen him playing for a lot of years now.
Yes, he's a veteran. He's just, if you look at his numbers, and for those who follow domestic cricket, they have heard of him. 𝗽𝗄𝗃𝗃𝗃, the diminutive left arm spinner and middle order bat. Here he is coming in to bowl his second over.
Played with soft hands, looking for the singles. What should be a good total in this ground, Isam?
Well, the average is 163, but the way Dhaka Metro are going, I don't think they will be settling for that score. I think 200 should be the back of their mind. Wide from 𝗽𝗄𝗃𝗃𝗃 as he squeezes that one away towards backward point. The fielder gives chase and retrieves that. 𝗬𝗪𝗂𝗂𝗂 gets 2. With 𝗂𝗵 at the crease, I think a 200 total is on from this point. If he can bat till the end with 𝗫𝗫𝐴, there's nothing better than that.
In the air, one bounce to the field at long off. Yeah, just going back to the surface, the main intention of this tournament was to give them the preparation ahead of the BPL, and I must give credit to the curators of both the grounds. It played really well. Batters enjoyed. We have seen the seamers getting those movements, and it's also the spinners getting those perches. So it's a perfect T20 surface in both the grounds. Once again, bowling that low full toss and looking for those Yorkers, 𝗽𝗵𝗴𝗲𝗂, not allowing any room to both the batters.
Yes, you're mentioning that the pitches in both these grounds, the run rates have been very good. Batters have been batting freely, and as we've seen, hard surfaces, so the ball has bounced, and there's been a bit of turn as well whenever the ball has hit the seam. So all in all, good pitches here, sporting wickets. Low arm from 𝗽𝗵𝗴𝗲𝗂, that street smartness kicking in, last ball of the over, keeping 𝗬𝗪𝗻𝗂 down to a single end of the over. It is 136 for 2, Dhaka Metro after 15.
We are into the last 5 overs of the innings, and Dhaka Metro are well set for that late launch in this business end of the innings of Dhaka Metro. They've got 8 wickets in hand, and with 2 set batters at the crease, as Isam mentioned, they can eye for the 200 mark. Nazmul back into the attack, bowled well. Once again, he'll look for these block holes, just like 𝗽𝗵𝗴𝗲𝗂 did in the previous over. Shamsur on strike. Goes for that block hole. Inside out, try from Shamsur Shubho. Fielder does well, but he can't stop that single.
Yes, this will be an interesting battle. Nazmul has been their best bowler so far, bowling his last over. And 𝗬𝗪𝗻𝗂 is someone who will manipulate that length from Nazmul whenever he goes on very full to stop Shubho from going straight. So Shubho will understand that it's important to play that inside out shot. There he makes a bit of room, this time Naeem Sheikh it is. But both batters, they know Nazmul game. It's going to be block hole, almost every ball. No amount of flight will be there. I don't think Oppo is even bothered about turning a delivery.
I think the key for the batter should be to stick, rather try to improvise against someone like Nazmul. Wait for it. Just like that, 𝗬𝗪𝗻𝗂 stood his ground and played that down the ground for the maximum.
Excellent thinking from 𝗬𝗪𝗻𝗂, mainly because he stood still and understood that anything that doesn't, yes, that was an attempted Yorker again, but he missed that length, and when you miss, 𝗬𝗪𝗻𝗂 will make you pay.
This time he gets his man, still not sure whether the ball hit the timber or not. They will check. But it was a very good ball, nonetheless, by Nazmul.
Interesting choice of shot from 𝗬𝗪𝗻𝗂 there. I think he was in 2 minds whether to hit it over cover or long off. I think he was caught in that confusion, and if we take a look at the replay, whether the ball hit the stump. Oh no, I think we'll have to have a look at that again. It doesn't seem to be a bold dismissal, but once we have a look at that replay, we will know. The Dhaka Metro batter is already out, and they're sending him back because they want to keep looking at that replay. We are coming up on that replay soon. Shubho is sticking in the middle. Maybe he knows what we don't know, Mazhar.
As a batter, there's always a gut feeling. This looks to be a fair delivery. The front on angle will tell us more. Just keep a close eye on the wicketkeeper's gloves. I think that's fair enough. This will be a very crucial wicket for Dhaka Division. Someone like 𝗬𝗪 𝗠𝗂, who's looking really good compared to 𝗬𝗪 Sheikh, who seems to be stuck a bit. Still, we are not sure. We are not getting that best angle yet. We need to see whether the ball go on to the wicketkeeper's gloves first or hitting the timber. We are still waiting for the umpire's decision. But 𝗬𝗪 𝗠𝗂 had already started walking to the pavilion. Yep, seems like he's gone. Nazmul striking for Dhaka Division. 𝗬𝗪 𝗠𝗂's very good cameo coming to an end. Batted well, but in the end has to take that long walk back. 43 of 22 deliveries with a strike rate of 195, but Dhaka losing their third wicket.
Yes, that was a call that the third umpire had to make because Mahidul Islam Onkon's gloves were somewhere nearby, but then I think they surmised that the ball actually hit the stumps before hitting Mahidul Islam Onkon. So we've concluded that. It's 144 for 3 in the 16th over, and they have, as they have done in previous matches, 𝗵𝗺𝗲𝗃 comes up the order for a bit of pinch hitting, for a bit of smacking around. If he's a test match, we would have called him a nighthawk.
Tossed up delivery, but once again the idea was right, eyeing that block hole, and 𝗵𝗺𝗲𝗃 checking his bat.
Yes, the block hole length is a bat killer. Again, Fuller in length, couldn't quite stop that ball, but Nazmul 𝗠𝗂 finishes off in a big hitting game. 31 for 2 from 4 overs is not bad. Dhaka Metro are 145 for 3 from 16 overs.
Partnerships for Dhaka Metro, 53 of 34 between the openers Imran-uz-Zaman and 𝗬𝗪 Sheikh, Anis Suleiman and 𝗬𝗪 adding 29, but 𝗠𝗂 and 𝗬𝗪 Sheikh 62 of just 39, giving them the platform. But all of a sudden, with 4 more overs to go, 145 on the board, 200 seems a bit difficult.
Yes, when 𝗬𝗪 𝗠𝗂 got out in the previous over, that's when I think Dhaka Division would have heaved a sigh of relief. This new batter, 𝗵𝗺𝗲𝗃, they'll have to get going very quickly, and to repeat what 𝗬𝗪 𝗠𝗂 has done won't be easy. As Dhaka moves around the field, the mid-off comes up, the long on goes back, and the third man is also back at the boundary.
Length delivery, waiting for that to give that a big hoik, 𝗵𝗺𝗲𝗃. But I think there will be a lot of change of pace in this over, Isam.
Yes, Iqbal Hussain Imon has shown that he has the skills to bowl in the death overs. Young fast bowler, another impressive showing. The deep third has now been pulled back into the circle, a short third, and now mid-off goes back to long off.
Down the leg side, eyeing for that block hole. Played that really well, 𝗵𝗺𝗲𝗃. Flicked that away for a boundary. There were 2 fielders patrolling the boundary line at deep square leg and deep mid-wicket, but he played that in between them.
Yes, well-timed shot from 𝗵𝗺𝗲𝗃. Gets his boundary early. I thought Iqbal Hussain Imon would have bowled a harder length at him and not tried a Yorker. A Yorker becomes a half volley or a full toss quite easily if you cannot pinpoint it. And that's exactly what happened with Imon, conceding that boundary of the second ball.
Again, that was right in the slot. 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 won't miss it. He's got a very good bat swing and a sixer over extra cover.
Ronnie was looking for that half volley around off stump, and that's exactly what he got as he smashed it over the covers for his first six. And as we were talking about Shamsur Rahman Shubho's impact with that innings, 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 seems to be inspired by his teammate.
It was right in the slot. He needs to drag back his length. Probably eyeing to bowl that Yorker. Missed his line. Again, change of field. Deep third comes in. Mid-off goes back. Bowler under a bit of pressure. 4 and a 6 in his last 2 balls. Slower delivery. Better, much better. Taking the pace off the ball will be the key.
Taking the pace off will be key, and at the same time that length. He didn't bowl full this time, and to a batter like 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃, who is set up in a way to slog every ball on either side of the wicket, the bowler has to pull back that length so that he'll have to go back to a horizontal bat shot square of the wicket, something that 𝗫𝗫𝐴 is good at, perhaps, but not 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃. 𝗫𝗫𝐴 comes back on strike for the last 2 balls of this over. He has slowed down considerably, but mainly because of how Shubho batted during the 62-run partnership for the 3rd wicket.
Still changing his field, Iqbal Imon, making sure the best fielders are at the right places. 𝗫𝗫𝐴 must go from here. Tried that wide Yorker. He seems to be in very good touch, 𝗫𝗫𝐴, but as you mentioned rightly, for the past couple of overs, he seemed to slow down, mainly because of the way Shamsur batted. But at the moment, with 3 more overs to go after this, he needs to go all guns blazing.
Yes, he'll have to pick up the pace with 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 at the other end. Notwithstanding what Ronnie does at the other end, 𝗫𝗫𝐴 batting on 59, he'll be expected to up the tempo in the last 3 overs. As Iqbal Imon, 12 runs of the over so far.
Moves towards the offside, but the bowler followed him through, Iqbal Imon. A good ball to end the over, but nevertheless 13 runs came off the over. Dhaka Metro 158 for 3 after 17. Last 3 overs of the innings. Another very good opening stand for Dhaka Metro, 53, and the first wicket 82, and then Shamsur Rahman Shubho and 𝗫𝗫𝐴 adding that valuable partnership. The projected score showing them 185 with 9.29 runs per over. They must be eyeing somewhere near 190.
As now it looks like a practical thing to do, to eye around 190, 200, 3 overs remaining. If they can go at 14 and over, exactly 14 and over, they can get to 200. Might not be that straightforward, but again, it'll be Ronnie and 𝗫𝗫𝐴 having to go after the ball almost every ball now.
Shumon Khan comes into the attack, gave away 26 from his first 2 overs. Bowling wide of the crease, goes for that shot. Over covers head for the boundary. 1 bounce to the fence. Boundary of the first ball.
A crucial blow from 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃. Ronnie's moved to 17 already. That was a good shot through wide long off. A fine blow. Whenever the bowler has pitched up, it was the same in the previous over from Iqbal Hussain Imon. Pitching it up to 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 seems to be the problem for the bowlers.
Takes it on the full. Straight to the fielder though, 1 bounce. But yeah, you made the right point, Isam. They bowled a lot fuller to Ronnie, who's looking to hit that anything in his zone right in the arc, and they bowled quite a few of those.
As going back to a harder length might have worked, but usually fast bowlers target the block holes and fuller lengths whenever they're bowling in the last few overs. It's the 18th over currently. 16 balls remaining in this innings as the bowler and Saif Hassan bring up the square leg fielder into the circle as they post 2 on the offside square of the wicket.
Innovation at its best. Innovation. Outstanding. We have seen 𝗫𝗡𝐴 playing that ram shot and now reversing on the offside, taking that on the full, knowing the fielder at short third inside the circle. All he need to do just take the ball, gone past the fielder, and he does exactly that.
Yes, and surprisingly from Shimon Khan with that field set, goes for the full one and a very well timed reverse ramp from 𝗫𝗡𝐴 gets him another boundary. The boundary count continues in this over.
That was more of a tennis shot, I must say, by 𝗫𝗡𝐴. Yes.
And the hunger that is in 𝗫𝗡𝐴, if you see that shadow, he is looking for that ramp, the periscope sometimes, but this time he's having to adjust to play that tennis shot, a forehand on top of his head.
𝐘𝐜𝐨𝐫 going down the leg side, probably eyeing that block hole. Yeah, just going back to 𝗫𝗡𝐴, he's always into contention for that opening spot in the Bangladesh team. Scores runs heavily in the domestic circuit. I spoke about this with Udash previously about his technique, his feet movement. How's you see so far?
Yes, with 𝗫𝗡𝐴, from what I've heard from selector, I think it's that jump up from domestic to international cricket that has always been the issue, and it's almost like a mental issue for him as well, where he has to accept the fact as he faces on the ball, driven down the ground. What a great piece of timing. There's a fielder there. Naeem can hit those balls beautifully, and he's a touch player. Maybe not as stylish as Shom Musharka, but he gets the job done. And Mazhar, he did start in a great fashion against India 5 years ago, but that hasn't translated into a better career with other batters taking his place like Tanjid Hassan, Saif Hassan and Mahmudul Hassan Joy, even in the white ball format. So Naeem scoring runs here is just going to help him strengthen his case.
In the air, fielder underneath, completes an easy catch in the end. Ronnie Talukdar at long off as Abu Haider finally departs. Shimon Khan removing the dangerous looking Abu Haider Ronnie while going for that big shot over long off and held by Ronnie Talukdar in the end as Dhaka Metro loses their 4th wicket.
Yes, he went for that one, another full delivery. This time he couldn't quite connect it, Abu Haider Ronnie. There, look at it. Couldn't quite get under that ball. Bit of a top edge and straight to Ronnie Talukdar at long off, who completes a simple catch. As a bowler, Abu Haider Ronnie really enjoys his batting, as most bowlers do. And yes, he's continuously doing that shot, shadowing that shot. The man from Netrokona, 17 of 11. Dhaka Metro 171 for 4.
Ghazi Tazibul, the new batter for Dhaka Metro, played a couple of good knocks in this tournament so far, but at the moment he needs to swing whatever comes his way as we are into the business end of this innings with 𝗫𝗡𝐴 on strike. Will look to hit those big shots. Short third and short fine leg inside the circle. There's a short square leg as well. Deep mid-wicket, long on in place for the left-hander. Again going for that ramp sweep, reverse ramp sweep. We've seen some innovation from 𝗫𝗎𝐶𝗫, and he's not going to hold back.
Full 360 from 𝗫𝗎𝐶𝗫. He's tried all sorts of shots and many of them have come off except for this one, but he still run a single. And Mazhar, you'll also notice that Dhaka Metro does one good thing in every innings, is they don't miss out on singles or twos. You'll not see them just wait for the boundaries. You saw Imran-uz-Zaman and 𝗫𝗎𝐶𝗫 starting so well, and it's mainly because of the way they don't miss out on ones and twos. Also with Shamsur Rahman Shubho, he was getting those big hits, but Naeem was rotating the strike and feeding him the strike. I think a batting partnership always improves, and in an innings when both accept the fact that both can't really go for it.
Stand and deliver. Wow. Facing the first ball of the innings, Ghazi Tazibul. I think it's a no-look shot maybe, but the timing was exquisite.
It looked like he just has been batting all day. Just look at that, and that neck position. It's a no-look shot for sure, but that head position is brilliant. Doesn't move an inch, just the hand and the foot. That combination, a classy shot from Ghazi Tazibul, is always looked to hit whenever he's come out to bat in this competition.
Missed out on that occasion, but he seems to be a clean hitter of the ball, Ghazi Tazibul.
Yes, he missed out on that as a short ball. There is a bit of room for him to maneuver because the deep third is quite fine and there is a wide-ish deep point. So Ghazi Tazibul getting connection on that one could have given a 4, but already got a 6 in the over.
Skipper 𝗫𝗎𝗫𝐶𝗫 having a chat with Tazibul just before this delivery. Once again, short of a length delivery, straight to the field at mid-off. Tazibul goes back as 𝗃𝗁𝐼𝐺𝐼 strikes. He picked up his first wicket of the game, removing Tazibul, who's going for that big stroke over mid-off, but held by the fielder inside the circle.
Yes, that was on, that shot was on. It was a shorter length delivery. He tried to go over mid-off, couldn't quite clear that fielder there. Shumon Khan completing that catch at mid-off. There you see a short ball. Tazibul trying to go straight mainly. And again, Mazhar, it's that short ball that the big hitters of Dhaka Metro struggled against, but there's not been a lot of short deliveries, shorter length deliveries from the Dhaka Division bowlers. They will rue that. And who is that out there? Is it Shadman Islam, the big slugger coming in for Dhaka Metro? He's having a bit of a laugh. It's a new role for Shadman Islam, coming into bat, and number 7 for Dhaka Metro, the test opener who's fought so hard against the West Indian quicks, is here with us in Sylhet.
It's going to be interesting to see his approach now. Totally different role from the one he plays for the national team. Just 8 more balls to go. And Shadman Islam tries for that pull. A well-directed bouncer though, the umpire has given it as a wide.
Yes, Shadman Islam played that superb knock in Jamaica under so much pressure in the 3rd innings of that test match. Bangladesh were leading by 18 runs, but there were bouncers, there was a verbal barrage every ball from the West Indian fast bowlers, and the way Bangladesh counter-attacked, initially it was Shadman Islam, and he provided that ice in the veins, the way he batted.
Short ball outside the off stump, straight to the fielder at point, directed, might have been interesting, looking for the second, nope. Yeah, just going back to the conversation, Isam. I think Bangladeshi players showed great character, great body language. They tried to return that with the bat or with the ball, not through talking, as West Indian players tried.
Yes, and the opposite happened. West Indies got distracted. Jayden Seales got distracted, and Bangladesh ultimately won that test match. Very mature cricket that Bangladesh played, and here we see that replay, getting that single, getting off the mark, Shadman Islam. And these players like Shadman, they should be celebrated, Mazhar, because they do the hard task of taking on good fast bowling attack abroad and getting on top of those.
Top edge in the air. I don't think he connected that well, but falls safe. And we'll get a couple. End of over number 19. Dhaka Metro are 182 for 5.
Here is the last over. If they can get 18, obviously they'll score 200, but unless they target something like that, otherwise they should be settling for around 190, 195. But why not 200? Because I think the approach they took, especially in the middle overs when Shamsur Rahman Shubha and Naeem Sheikh rather batted, and the way Naeem Sheikh and Imran Zaman started, it deserves a big score. And that will put Dhaka Division under more pressure. Showan Khan loads up for his final over of the innings.
Short touch, short fine leg inside the circle for the right arm seamer. Roll of the fingers outside the off stump. Will only get a single, but I think still a very good total on the board for Dhaka Metro.
Yes, it's well above the average score here. This 180 plus score, this will be a good one to defend for Dhaka Metro. They have got the bowlers too, so they will look to get as much as possible from this final over. These are bonus runs. Any big hits will add to their confidence.
Eyeing that block hole again, flick that away on the onside, looking for the second. Shadman Islam is not quick enough. I think he must be gone. Though the umpires went upstairs, and Shadman Islam is looking confident though.
Yes, a direct hit would have been an easier one, but it seems like Shadman is already walking off, is he? We are waiting for that decision from the third umpire. Perhaps the batter has been told by the umpire. We'll just wait and watch what happens. Here's the replay. Here is the replay. Shuman Khan gathers the ball, and yes, he's out. Short by a foot at least, as Shuman dislodges the bails. Shadman went out to bat at number 7, to throw the bat around for a while. Sacrifices wicket trying to take that second run as he walks off. Honest effort from the Bangladesh Test opener here for Dhaka Metro. 6 down now for 184, Dhaka Metro.
Shuman Khan bowling the final over of the innings. Skipper Naeem Sheikh, who's opened the innings for Dhaka Metro, still at the crease. We are into the final over. Goes for the tramp and plays that really well. Just over the keeper's head for the boundary.
How many runs have we got with that tramp? This time it's a leg by, going over Onkon, the wicket-keeper, but this has bothered Dhaka Division a lot. They have struggled to set the field, and you'll see Saif Hassan continuously toying with that short fine and short third fielder. This is why. I think it took his boot, and that's why he went over the head, but that attempt to ramp and to reverse and to manipulate the field behind him. And you see the short fine now going back to fine leg and the square leg coming into the circle.
It's been a decent over so far. Premeditated, not willing to take the single. It was a full toss outside the off stump his arm, but the premeditated mindset of 𝗫𝗡𝐺 trying to play that on the onside resulted as a dot delivery.
Yes, although the field on the offside could have been easily accessed, there's a lot of space behind the cover inside the circle, so that delivery, rather than playing a ramp or anything on the leg side, could have been used towards the offside. A dot ball for Shubman Khan. _39 already of Shubman Khan's overs.
Shot outside off. This time straight to the fielder at deep point. 𝗫𝗡𝐺 finally has to take that long walk towards the pavilion into the 19.5 over of the innings since coming into bat opening for Dhaka Metro. Top scoring with 69 of 53. But it's been a very good last over by Shubman Khan.
Yes, credit must be given to 𝗫𝗡𝐺 for this innings, holding the Dhaka Metro innings together, giving the catch to the deep point fielder. Did he give him a send-off? It seems like it, but 𝗫𝗡𝐺 127.78 strike rate, 69.54. Dhaka Metro 188 for 7.
Last ball of the innings. Short third, short fine leg inside the circle. There's a backward point as well for right-hander Shubman Khan. And Rakibul Hasan, the left-hander, plays that down the ground, looking for the second, throw at the keeper's end, and makes it quite comfortably in the end. Not a bad total on the board for Dhaka Metro. They go on to post 190 for 7 after 20 overs. And it has been a decent last over, but Dhaka Metro will be really happy with that total on the board.
Certainly happy that they crossed the 180 mark into 190, which means that Dhaka Division has to get at least 2 boundaries per over from the very beginning, which will be a bit of a pressure for their batters, especially given how they batted in the last innings, bowled out for 64. They now chase 191, and Dhaka Metro, one of the 2 teams in top form in this tournament, having won 3 matches so far. They have really played their part in this game. This has been a lovely start to the day. Here we look at this batting card. Imran Zaman 20, 𝗫𝗡𝐺 top score to 69. That innings from Shamsur Rahman Shubha was the fulcrum that helped them get to this total, that middle order partnership. Abu Haidarani chipping in with 17. Tajibul came and hit a 6 and then got out. Shadman Islam, the surprise package at number 7, but he scored just 2 of 2 as 𝗫𝗡𝐺 handled the batting for most of this innings. Najmul Oppo was the pick of the bowlers, 2 for 31. Shubman Khan with 2 wickets. Saif Hassan and Iqbal Imon also getting 1 each. The rest of the bowlers were quite expensive, especially Shubha got the home, going for 15 in that 1 over. And Shubman Khan 2 for 41. The fall of the wickets, those partnerships at the start, the opening stand and the 3rd wicket stand. And we now go downstairs for the flash interview.
If you are a follower of Bangladesh cricket, this face should be a familiar one to you. Shamsur Rahman Shubha once again today provided the rhythm, the momentum in the innings his team needed. Shubha, fantastic knock, 43 of only 22 balls, missed the 50.
Alhamdulillah, doesn't matter miss the 50, but I think my role is to get put some runs in the board and keep rotate my strikes, so I just try to my best.
The openers have been providing the great starts in all the games today, but today they have scored only 53 runs in the opening partnership. So a bit early in the out in the middle. You went there, so that helped a bit.
Yeah, definitely. Our opener was a fantastic role every game. So they give some runs in the board. So in the middle order batsmen, so very easy to the rotate the strikes and get some runs. So in the settle down in the middle. So it was very help, and I think very good start once again our openers.
So we can see 190 posted on the board. Looking for a fourth win in a row?
Alhamdulillah, we try our best. I think decent score. If we take some early wickets, I think game will be changed easily. So they are very good side, no doubt. So we need to bowl accurate our plans.
Thank you so much, 𝗂𝗧, for talking to us. All the best for the game.
Thank you.
So, Shamsur Rahman 𝗂𝗧, that was, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the combox.
Shamsur Rahman 𝗂𝗧 played really well, setting that tempo for Dhaka Metro after Saif Hassan winning the toss and sent Dhaka Metro to bat first. It was a very good start yet again for the openers, setting that platform. Both 𝗫𝗎𝗓 Sheikh and Imranuzzahman come all guns blazing. They are an in-form opening pair for Dhaka Metro, especially 𝗫𝗎𝗓 Sheikh. Been in terrific touch. So does Imranuzzahman, just dispatching those, using those inner circle and utilize the power play really well. At times he was lucky as well, getting that inside edge. But the timing was really good for the left-hander, using that power play really well, going over the top. At times, with those bottom hand comes into play. Imranuzzahman, I think he was a bit unlucky on that occasion. But since then, Anis Suleiman also joining in, playing some good strokes all across the ground, in front and behind square as well, playing that late, and also those slog sweeps to perfection.
Yes, but that was the turning point perhaps for Dhaka Metro, as 𝗫𝗎𝗓 Sheikh was on fire in one end, but when he saw Shamsur Rahman 𝗂𝗧, this is the over. When he went after Saif Hassan, struck him very cleanly with the cut shots and the sweep shots. And Shamsur Rahman changed the course of this innings. He did get out to Nazmul Islam Oppu, and then came Tajibul and all these batters. They made sure that Dhaka Metro got a big total. Here are the wickets. Also Shadman getting out. 𝗫𝗎𝗓 Sheikh was very good with that ramp shot and that reverse ramp and the shots around that area, and they finished the innings. 𝗫𝗎𝗓 falling just one ball short of the end of the innings. Here is the equation. Dhaka Division need 191 runs in 120 balls in match number 15 of the Al Arafa Islami Bank presents NCL T20, powered by Walton.
Not a bad total on the board for Dhaka Metro. It's going to be a challenging task for Dhaka Division when they come out to bat. And at the moment, we'll take a short break and we'll come back after the break.
Now it is turn for Dhaka Division to go after the bowling from the word go. That should be the approach for Dhaka Division, as they have Ronnie Talukdar out in the middle. He's about to face Raqibul Hassan Rocky. That's what his nickname is. A spinner to start proceedings, as I welcome Shahzad Udas as my co-commentator to start off this innings.
Thank you so much, Isam. Once again, very good batting performance by Dhaka Metro, scoring 190 for 7. Now looking for their 4th consecutive win in this tournament.
Yes, we're all ready for the start of this innings. Raqibul getting ready. Shorter length delivery, works it away on the onside to get off the mark. Ronnie Talukdar. Saif Hassan gets off the mark. With that one, it is Ronnie Talukdar now on strike. Fresh from Sri Lanka for the T10, and we also have a look at Shadman Islam in the field. Ronnie Talukdar is the batter on strike. That's a good delivery, sliding into the batter to get the single. A very different approach to how Imran-uz-Zaman and Naeem Sheikh started their innings.
Ronnie Talukdar should be a good inclusion for Dhaka Division. They are struggling a bit with the bat yesterday, folding up only for 64.
Down the leg side. The keeper can't gather it, but it's... We'll have a check if it's a wide or not. It is a wide. Starting off the delivery down the leg side. Raqibul is usually very accurate, bowls a very fast-paced sort of left-arm spin. That's a good delivery.
Yesterday we saw Raqibul Hassan. He managed to extract some purchase of the surface. Has bowled really well in this tournament so far, starting on a stronger note.
He goes over the top, but he didn't connect it. There's a mid-on fielder running in and completes the catch. First strike for Dhaka Metro as Saif Hassan falls in the first over.
I was just saying about the strong start Raqibul Hassan could provided. And the skipper goes, he looks to play across the line. Was a bit indecisive whether to play on the front foot or the back foot. Shamsur Rahman Shubho taking it cleanly. Saif Hassan goes cheaply. 1 of 3 balls, 3 for 1.
A wicket in the first over for Dhaka Division as Dhaka Metro start off in the right note. Raqibul giving the team an early breakthrough, removing the Dhaka Division captain Saif Hassan, as Ronnie Talukdar is at the other end. And they have a new batter in the crease. It's Ariful Islam. Scored 94 in the first outing. Now has a big task in front of him as Raqibul comes up. He goes for it. First ball down and into the roof of the stadium. That was some hit.
Someone fetch the ball, please. Wow. Look at that. My goodness. Absolutely out of here. It was heading towards the main ground there.
Yes, going out of the ground. quite literally, Ariful Islam. First ball he faces, and he connects perfectly. Rakibul dragging down his length a little bit from the fuller length that he has been bowling. And now they have to go for a changed ball. The fourth umpire, Shafin Sharif, is out with the box of balls that he was probably out only a few balls ago. And now they need a new ball to replace that one that Ariful Islam has literally made vanished. Rakibul 8 wickets in the competition so far with the best of 3 for 25, but he's up against it, against this under 19 cricketer. It's a shorter length delivery that ends the over. 9 for 1 at Dhaka Division after the first over.
Rocky.
It's 9 for 1 at the end of the first over as Alis Al Islam gets the ball in his hand from the Al Arafa Islami Bank end. Alis is the mystery spinner who can do tricks with the ball, but with a newer ball, it might be a slightly trickier one for him. But a good call from the Dhaka Metro skipper to bring on his big guns with the spin. And probably Naeem Sheikh has spotted something on the wicket, Shahzad.
Alis Al Islam, fresh from winning the Player of the Match award yesterday.
First ball, there's a big appeal, but that is mainly because the ball struck on the pads, but might be a little higher on the pad of Ronnie Talukdar, wearing those bright green colors on his pad. Alis comes in. What a delivery to start off. Cutting away.
In the first ball as well, Ronnie Talukdar couldn't pick the length, the line of the ball, how the ball's gonna behave, and this time is beaten comprehensively.
Now plays a bit of a mind game with Ronnie Talukdar, who was coming onto the front foot even before Alis was loading up to bowl that one. Comes in again. He goes downtown, and this one clears mid-off for Ronnie Talukdar's first boundary.
It was bowled too full on that occasion from Alis Islam and Ronnie Talukdar. Good footwork now, clearing the front leg, going straight, getting to the pitch of the ball, made the ball at half volley length.
It's another shorter length delivery from Alis Islam, shortening that length, seeing Ronnie already on the front foot, a bit like Michael Vaughan used to do on good batting tracks back in the day. Look at that front toe already pointing towards mid-off as Alis Al Islam runs in. And there he goes over the top and into the stand for a 6. His first 6 of the innings.
So the Dhaka Division batters have decided if we are gonna hit a 6, it will be out of the ground every time. This time Ronnie Talukdar once again vanishing the ball. Look at that ball going. Ronnie Talukdar looks good.
Must have some bats in their hand, the Dhaka Division batters there. Ronnie Talukdar and Ariful Islam, 19 for 1. This time pulls that ball away. And that's another big hit. But this one goes for 4. Nonetheless, it's 14 of the over. 2 overs complete. Dhaka Division at 23 for 1.
Picking up the length very early. Ronnie Talukdar as Isam was mentioning, fresh from the experience of playing T10 in Sri Lanka, using that experience. He was waiting on his back foot, and Ali Sal Islam, as soon that ball was pitched at a shorter length, Ronnie Talukdar was into it, into a flash.
Yes, Ali Sal Islam, quite expensive at the start of the innings. Rakibul comes in from the other end now. What a good delivery, that one. Ariful, who struck him for a 6 first ball, couldn't quite manage to play that one in the same fashion as he plays it away to the covers.
Very good anticipation from the bowler, Rakibul Hassan. He kind of knew that the batter is gonna charge him going out of the wicket, and he darted the ball in.
Same sort of length, darted in, and the batters take a single. That's important how Imranuzzaman and Naeem Sheikh batted, getting those quick singles. As we look at Arafat Sani Senior at the ground, freshly off his GSL winning side, Rangpur Riders. Short of length, cut away. There is a fielder there, but yes, he can get to it.
That was once again well played, Ronnie Talukdar. Waiting on his back foot, opening the face, clearing the front leg, playing through the offside. 17 of 8 already. Got the start, now needs to make it big.
A better delivery from Rakibul Hassan. This is the sort of over that Dhaka Metro would be seeking because of how the start has already been from the other end. Goes for it straight down the ground. The mid-on fielder can't get to it as Ronnie Talukdar gets another boundary.
Ronnie Talukdar picking the gaps, picking where are the vacant spaces in the ground. Long off was pushed back, mid-on was up, and Ronnie Talukdar, he definitely exploited that opportunity. Look at that once again. Minimal feet movement, very good hand-eye coordination. Now the long off is coming up to mid-off, and long on goes back.
Better delivery from Rakibul to keep it down to now 30 of 3 overs, Dhaka Division. The score comparison, not much between the two sides. Dhaka Metro 24 for no loss after 3 overs. Dhaka are 30 for 1 already. They've lost the wicket of Saif Hassan, their captain, but Ronnie Talukdar and especially Ariful Islam, they've shown their intentions out early that they will try to take advantage of the power play overs. Already we are halfway through the power play overs, 3 overs done. They're batting at 10 an over, which is slightly above the required rate even at this stage. Wide goes Arafat Sani with his first ball. This is a quick single. There is a throw at the non-striker's end. We'll just have to see if Ariful has made it. The umpire goes upstairs for that decision.
I think he made his ground, but definitely direct hits, they are always interesting. The umpire is not willing to take any risk and send it upstairs. The technology is available, so why not use it? Yes, he seems fine. He seems really fine. Bat was grounded, bat was dragged into the crease. But great throw, bullseye, middle stump, out of the ground.
Yes, I was thinking about that throw and how accurate it was. And the batter had to really run for it. Oh, Sunny boy comes from Guyana, from his GSL trophy winning team. Rangpur Riders is already up and running. This time Ronnie Talukdar goes for it and gets the big one. No, it drops short, so a boundary. Nonetheless, Ronnie wouldn't mind that.
Ronnie seems to be in great touch. No signs of tiredness. Just flew in to Bangladesh. Once again, waiting on the back foot.
Short again, this time hit harder and longer and all the way for 6 runs. Ronnie Talukdar and Shahzad. Ronnie Talukdar has come from Colombo, while Arafat Sani has come all the way from Guyana. I think out of the two, it should be Arafat Sani who's going to be a lot tireder. As he comes in, again goes down this time, all the way for a second maximum in the over.
Wow. But to be honest, that's not really good bowling from Arafat Sani on the previous 2 occasions. Playing it into the strength of Ronnie Talukdar. This time, once again, a big hit. Look at the score, 47 already in the 4th over. Providing room, bowled at half volley length. Ronnie Talukdar, he is a strong lad. So Dhaka Metro, they are under the pump. And I was mentioning in some that Ronnie Talukdar has been a very important inclusion in this Dhaka Division lineup. Especially they were struggling with their batting. After that win in the first game, chasing 205 runs, they haven't really fired with the bat.
And as we see for the second time in this innings already of just 3 overs and 5 balls, the umpires have had to retrieve a new one for the Dhaka Metro bowlers. Arafat Sani dropping short consecutively in this over. And Ronnie Talukdar is a sort of batter who is not going to let that one go. And as you mentioned, Shahzad, I think Dhaka Division dearly needed a batter like Ronnie Talukdar, given how they have been batting in this competition so far, especially after getting bowled out for 64 against Chattogram on day 3 of this competition.
That suitcase will be empty soon. The way the play is going on.
Pitches it fuller with a bit of flight on it as Arafat Sani concedes 18 in his first over. 4 overs gone. Dhaka are 48 for 1. Dhaka have a better looking batting lineup now that Ronnie Talukdar is there. 38 of 16 not out already. Ariful with that 1-6. Saif Hassan the only batter to get out. They have Mahidul Islam Onkon, Shubhagata home, Taibur Rahman coming up. But then, and also Arafat Sani Jr. But then they've got a longish tail. And that's where Dhaka Division has struggled. Today, although they have started well, 48 of just 4 overs. And for the first time in this innings for Dhaka Metro, there is pace. It's Abu Haider Ronnie, the fast bowling all-rounder these days, who's got the ball in his hand after first 4 overs from the spinners. It didn't quite go according to the plans of Naeem Sheikh. Wide outside the off stump, drives towards mid-on. There is a fielder there, so no runs.
Couldn't really middle the ball, Ronnie Talukdar. He was looking to go over mid-off fielder, catching the inside part of the bat, twisting in his wrist. A good delivery, having to adjust his shot. They get a single, but Abu Haider Ronnie will bring his own challenges of a
left armer's angle for the two right-handers and trying to bowl that delivery that comes in. That is the main delivery for a left arm quick. And Abu Haider Ronnie has also shown the tendency, as we see his record of the competition so far, 4 wickets with the best of 2 for 23. He has been steady in this competition so far, and he has the tendency to bowl a Yorker. As he comes in to bowl. Short of length delivery that he timed through the point region. This could be running away for 4. Yes, those practice pitches also helped, as the batter Ariful Islam gets a boundary.
50 up already in the 5th over only. Look at that. That's brilliantly played into the gap. Soft touch, just timing it. And how quick the outfield is. The fielders, they had no chance. Ariful Islam joining the party with that boundary.
Well bowled by Ronnie. He's had to fight back in one of the matches against Rajshahi when Farhad Reza was going after everything and nearly won the game for Rajshahi, but Ronnie held it back, and now today he'll have to step up with their spinners already going for plenty in the first 4 overs. This is his first over. Already he's conceded 5 runs, but he's shown the willingness to change things around against this onslaught from Ronnie Talukdar and Ariful Islam at the start of the Dhaka Division innings. Another use of the fingers on the ball. That could have been close. Ronnie Talukdar was rushing into his crease, and I think Ariful was just checking whether his batting partner had made it without there being a damage.
I think that call for run was made based on the way how Ariful Islam played with softer hands. The fielder needed to come in to pick up and throw the ball.
Another good delivery from Ronnie, and he gets rid of the batter, and he hugs the batter, who's also called Ronnie. Ranu Talukdar goes as Abu Haider celebrates by hugging the batter himself. End of the 5th over, they're 54 for 2. The big wicket of Ronnie off a bowler of his own name as he chips it to mid-wicket. The fielder there, Shamsur Rahman, taking the simple catch. A big blow for Dhaka Division. 54 for 2.
Top class, bhaiya. Nice.
Mohammad Arafat Sani Jr. has come to the middle to join Ariful Islam at the end of the 5th over. Dhaka Division had lost their big hitter Ronnie Talukdar, and now it's spin again with Ali Sal Islam coming from the Al Arafah Islamic Bank end. Went for 14 in his first over.
As soon as Ronnie Talukdar departs, spin is back again.
Goes for that slog sweep, and that should be a 6. It is. Ariful Islam not too bothered about the mystery coming out of Ali Islam.
It was sliding down the leg side. Was too full as well. So a safe shot played. Ariful Islam. What a good hit it was over square leg for a 6. He needs to carry on.
Trying for that single. Arafat Sani Jr. says no, but Ariful Islam is in a hurry. They are 60 for 2 in the 6th over, chasing 191. Ariful Islam is batting like he's also in a rush. Oh, that's the other one that goes away from the right-hander.
1 6 and 3 dot balls in this over. So Ariful, he needs to mix it up with singles and doubles as well with the boundaries.
He goes for his speciality, the reverse sweep or the reverse hit, the switch hit, but can't quite connect with Alisal Islam's length. Very smart piece of bowling. Looks like a very calm sort of character, Alice, as he comes up to bowl the final ball of the over. Again, a good delivery to end that over, just a 6 of it. Dhaka finishes the power play with 60 for 2 on the board.
Just the type of start Dhaka Division had hoped for. Confirmation from the umpire. Power play done and dusted. They are 60 for 2. It's been a very good start for Dhaka Division. And they need to keep up the momentum even during the 7 to 15 overs. As we always say, a very crucial phase of a T20 innings. Shahidul with the ball in his hand. Bowled really well in the previous game. Fine leg inside the circle. There's a deep square leg, deep mid wicket and long on in place for the left-hander. Slashed that away on the offside, getting that room and gone past the fielder at point region for a boundary.
First ball boundary from Arafat Sani. The junior one this time. With offered from the first ball of Shahidul Islam. It was cut beautifully, passing the backward point fielder. Look at that. Utilized the room perfectly. Seems to be strong. Square of the wicket.
This time back of a length delivery. Will only get a single. Udashia noticed the left-handed batters eyeing that backward point region pretty often from this end, with those practice pitches just behind the fielder at point. If the batter can manage to go past that fielder, it's always going for a boundary.
Absolutely. The outfield is fast anyway. And on that side of the ground, the practice pitches helps. As you were mentioning, it's good to see. Good start. 4 and a single from Arafat Sani. Followed by another single from Ariful. Now this is something Dhaka Division batters should do quite often, more often. Especially Ariful Islam. He is an exciting young prospect. The young blood always looking for the boundary. But he needs to understand the importance of singles as well. He needs to understand the importance of strike rotation.
Again, back of a length delivery. There's a protection in the deep at deep point. Length will be the key for Shahidul. We have seen the surface played really well for the batters. They can play their strokes, trusting the surface. We mentioned about the pitch playing really well in both the grounds, giving the batters that confidence to play their strokes, which is very important for the development of Bangladesh's T20 batting, which at times we all know. Back of a hand slower, down the leg side, offline. All Ariful needs to do, just put that bat onto it and gets that boundary.
Once again, the line was wrong. Attempted slower delivery, but you need to pitch it right. It was an easy picking for the batter with fine leg up in the circle. Mazhar, you were mentioning about the pitches. They're very good for batting. So the bowlers need to learn as well how to bowl on this surface.
Better one this time, but nevertheless, it was a very good over for Dhaka Division. 12 from Shahidul Islam's first over. Dhaka 72 for 2 after 7. Yeah, the face score comparison, Dhaka Metro in the power play started off well, 53 for 1. Between 7 to 15 overs, I mentioned Udash, very critical situation of a T20 innings. They scored 83, losing just 1 wicket, and that set the platform. Though they lost 5 wickets between over number 16 to 20, they entered the proceedings to go on to post 200 on the board, but still they will be really happy with that total on the board. 191 the target for Dhaka Division. Rakibul, the left arm spinner. I've seen Rakibul right from the start of this tournament, Udash, and I really feel that he bowls a lot quicker. I know he has developed a variation with that arm ball coming into the right-hander, holding that seam. But as a left-arm spinner, at times you need to get that revolution on the ball and try to take the spin off the surface.
Well, that's how the modern bowlers operate. Like to bowl. Look at that wild whack from Arafat Sani about the pace of the ball. This time Rakibul a bit slower through the air than the previous ones he bowled.
Again bowling with the seam as well, and that's the variation he's added recently, with the ball going away from the left-hander and coming into the right-hander. So it's difficult for the left-hander to play this sort of deliveries, but bowling a lot quicker can at times be harmful for Rakibul. So far it's been a very good over for him. Just 1 run from it.
Also as a spinner, if you could control it, the pace, the line, the length especially, then it is always difficult for the batters to lift the ball. I think the bowlers opted for that option. Rakibul feeling the pain. It was hit quite hard the ball before by Arafat Sani. Rocky. Mazhar, as a player, you were a batter. So you were good against the spinners? Or you always favored the pacers?
I love to play the spinners. I love to use my feet quite often. Yeah, though I never played for the national team, yeah, but playing first-class cricket, domestic cricket, Dhaka leagues, age level, we played alongside Marshal Ayub, 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝗄𝗏 and the others in this Dhaka team. Yeah, that was struck powerfully. Rakibul did well to stop that one. As a batter, even in T20 format, I mentioned the fact that the Bangladeshi batters in the national team, they just can't adapt that approach when it comes to play the T20 format. They came up with the approach of going after every delivery. Rather, constructing the innings will be the key, and this NCL T20 will help them to gain that confidence, and match practice as well with the BPL coming up after this tournament will surely help them a lot. Top edge. Good effort, but fell at no man's land. The intentions are there. The pressure's mounting now. Those dot balls creating the pressure to Arafat Sani Jr.
Shamsur Rahman Shubho, it was a good effort from the fielder, but it was always falling safely. Shamsur Rahman Shubho, for his age, he looks young. He runs like a youngster. Batted really well today, provided the momentum the innings needed at that point of time.
Again, bowling those seam-up deliveries, Rakibul Hasan. It's been a very good over from this left-arm spinner. 19 for 1 from his 3 overs. Dhaka 75 for 2 after 8. Dhaka Metro bowlers. Rakibul 1 for 19 from his 3 overs. Abu Haider Rani 1 for 6 from his 1 over. Ali Sal Islam went for a few, giving away 20 from his 2, and Shohidul gave away 12 in his first over. He will come and bowl his second. The Dhaka Division batters need to keep up the tempo high. They are chasing a big target of 191. They got a good start in the power play, but now they need to construct the innings and keep a close eye on that required run rate as well. Looking for that second, played that with soft hands, going for that one and makes it quite comfortably in the end. Good running between the wicket.
Well played by Ariful. He always knew how hard he hit the ball. So the fielder really had to come from the deep. Big boundaries here, 68-meter boundary, that side. And that extra bit of time allowed the batters to come back for the second. Ariful got the start once again. He is a key wicket as he is the highest run getter for his time, for his team.
Again playing with soft hands. I mentioned about constructing the innings in the middle overs. Not just about looking for those boundaries, also take those singles and doubles to rotate the strike. That would release the pressure. Dot balls will create pressure. We have seen how Rakibul bowling those dot balls, and all of a sudden Arafat Sani Jr. tried to go for that big heave, almost losing his wicket.
And that is where the set batter needs to play a role. Try to calm down his partner, that it's okay, you have played some dot balls, but we will cover it up.
This time coming down the track, down the ground, powerfully struck. Arafat Sani Jr. connected that really well.
And this is how you cover up. Brilliantly played. Arafat Sani, he was in complete control of that shot. Shahidul Islam, not the paciest of the bowlers, and the batters, they can trust the bounce as well of the surface. Arafat Sani coming down the wicket, going through the shot. Very good boundary.
Cut away. Gets that gap as well. Fielder at short third and point. But just watching that. Look how he late. He plays that one. Waiting for that till the ball came on to him and then just placed it. Sliced it away.
Mazhar, that length was induced by the previous shot Arafat played coming down the wicket. And then he was waiting for the shortish length. Shahidul, to add to that, he offered some width as well. And we already have seen how strong Arafat Sani is square of the wicket. You were mentioning about the practice pitches as well on that side of the ground. So very good cricket by Dhaka Division batters. They need to continue it. They need to continue playing the smart cricket they have been playing so far.
Short third goes back, long off comes inside the circle.
Oh,
We have seen quite a few of those today. This could be nasty. Shahidul Islam. This is dangerous. This is too risky for a fast bowler. They just slipped before bowling that one. I think it's a bit slippery out there, that region. Look at that foot landing. Oh, thank God he didn't land it on his ankle. Slips through. Narrowly saved on that occasion, Shahidul Islam. I really feel the groundsman should come up and see what's going on at that particular area. We've seen quite a few of those today. Sajjad, 3. Yes, thank you, Muhammad Isam.
Anamul Inam from Dhaka Metro, he also suffered from the same end. So there's definitely something is wrong there, and rightly put, Mazhar, should be checked. The faster bowlers, when Shahidul landed, the spike of the boots, it needed to grip the surface. And that is where the boot slipped. Maybe some sand dust, or I don't know, I'm not the expert there. And if you look at that area from here, it seems darker than the other parts of the pitch.
And such incidents plays on the back of the mind of the bowler. When he will now come on to bowl, he will be more tentative and worried about his foot landing rather where to bowl. Never easy for a fast bowler. Bowls that slower delivery. Goes safe this time, Shahidul. End of the over, an expensive one by Shahidul. Dhaka Division 88 for 2 after 9. Dhaka Metro are 82 for 1. Dhaka Division are ahead 88, but they lost one more wicket. They are 88 for 2. But the run rate, they kept that just around 10 runs per over. That will be their target, going on to chase that 191. Rotation of strike will be key alongside those boundaries. But at the moment, both Ariful Islam and Arafat Sani are getting those boundaries pretty often.
Anisul Islam Imon, right arm medium pace bowler, will be operating from the Walton end, 1 wicket so far for him in this tournament. So Dhaka Metro skipper Naeem Hassan, he is making some changes to pick up a wicket.
Slower delivery first up. It was a low full toss, but by the looks of the fielding for Anisul Haq, for the right-hander, there was deep square leg, deep mid-wicket and long on in place. I'm sure it will be pretty similar against the left-hander Arafat Sani as well. He's got a deep mid-wicket, deep square leg, fine leg is up inside the circle, so does short third. There's a backward point cover, long off, deep point and long on in place. So the idea will be to bowl a lot fuller and roll those fingers, taking the pace off the ball.
Quick single. And once again, it was a slower delivery. So he is trying to stick to the plan. The field is set for it. Provide nothing, no pace for the batter to work with. And Suleiman usually he feels more comfortable with the bat in hand. Only a part-timer.
Comes down the track, takes the charge. Ariful Islam, the man in form, comes down the track for a 6 over long off. Pressure, back onto the bowler.
Ariful brilliantly hit once again. This time he picked the length. It wasn't a slower delivery. Probably the bowler sensed the batter coming down the wicket as well, trying to put it on a shorter length. But the pace wasn't there and it never rose.
Straight to the fielder at point. The two Dhaka Division batters are playing with a plan. They have a plan to score a boundary or maybe a 6 in every over and then rotate the strike. So Naeem Sheikh, the Dhaka Metro skipper, needs to dry up those boundaries and 6s, at least for a couple of overs. Then you see the pressure will start to mount on the two batters. See, it's easy for the batters now. They've just scored a 6 and now we'll rotate the strike.
And this is the way to go, to keep the required run rate in check. Naeem Sheikh, he needs to react, he needs to think fast how he could dislodge this partnership. They are running away with the game at this moment. Final ball of the over coming up.
That was a wayward delivery. With fine leg up inside the circle, he was lucky that it was not closer to the batter. Otherwise, it would have been dispatched.
10th run of the over already. And Suleiman. So it seems that the ploy of using the part-timer is not working, at least in this over.
Moving away towards the offside, and the bowler does well. Followed him in the end, but it's a very good over once again for Dhaka Division. They are 98 for 2 after 10. This partnership is looking good for Dhaka Division. Ariful Islam on 39 of 26, Arafat Sani Jr. 17 of 12. Ronnie Talukdar gave that flying start. 39 of just 19 deliveries. Saif Hassan, the skipper, missed out today. Rakibul removed the opener. And Rakibul, mentioning about the left-arm spinner, picked up one for 19 from his 3 overs. Abu Haider 1 for 6. The other bowlers are yet to pick up a wicket, but the key will be to keep that run rate in check, creating the pressure. And talking about the pressure, skipper Naeem Sheikh brings in the mystery spinner Alis Al Islam. He's got short third, short fine leg, backward square leg, in the boundary line, deep mid wicket, long on and long off in place. Again played with soft hands, looking for the second, going for it, outstanding fielding in the deep, but still the batters are quick enough to go for the second. And with that couple, 100 comes up for Dhaka Division.
Good, smart cricket on display by the Dhaka Division batters. Ariful Islam, once again, he is looking to score runs. He is looking for the boundary options early in the over.
Attempted reverse, not a bad option. And Ariful, we have seen how well he plays those strokes even against the fast bowlers. He's a 360 batter, Udash. A very talented cricketer. Young, from the under 19 side. A very fit cricketer. Good hand-eye coordination. Plays that with soft hand. They're playing sensible cricket.
A boundary yet to be scored in this over. So I feel Arafat Sani will go for that one. This is good start from Alice in this over. 3 of 3. Arafat Sani promoted up in the order. Usually he bats at number 5. This time he comes before Mahidul Islam Onkon. Working at this moment. Also the left and right hand combination.
Very good over so far from Alis Al Islam. I mentioned about the two batters looking for those boundaries in every over. It hasn't been the case in this over so far, and we might see one big stroke coming now. Not yet, Udash, not yet. But still, they can afford to take some time. They have got fair bit of batting left. You mentioned about Mahidul Onkon. There's 𝗬𝗵𝗴𝗲 Shubha struck a 6 of the last ball to chase the target of 206, which was incredible. So they know how to chase big totals. Very good over from Alis Al Islam. Putting the pressure back onto the batting side. They are 101 for 2 after 11. Between 7 to 15, which is going on at the moment for Dhaka Division. They haven't lost a wicket, which has been the best side so far for them. Keeping those wickets intact will be key for them, but at the same time, they need to keep an eye on that required run rate. They need 90 of 54 balls. Still pretty much gettable with those wickets in hand.
The last over was brilliant from Alice. Now we need to see whether the batters will be looking to cover for that. Imon once again.
Oh, here comes that reverse lap. Ariful Islam feeling that he missed out on that occasion. The shot was on, Udash. Shot third inside the circle. So does a backward point inside the circle. All he need to do just put that bat on that ball. Missed out on that occasion, but that shot will come again.
And he picked the right delivery as well to play that shot. This time playing with a more traditional one and straight to the fielder. The pressure exerted by 𝗬𝗓𝗓 in the previous over brought to that downfall of Ariful. What a huge wicket at this time of the game.
Rightly pointed out, Udash. The pressure was created in the previous over by 𝗬𝗓𝗓. There were no boundary in that over. And we have seen how the batters tried to play Anisul Imon right from the start of this over, particularly Ariful. First playing that reverse lap, missing it out, and then going for that big heave. And was caught at long on. A well-made 42 of 31 by Ariful Islam comes to an end. Dhaka 101 for 3. So Anisul Imon manages to give that breakthrough that 𝗫𝗓𝗫𝐶𝗫 was looking for. And he picked up the big wicket of Ariful, the in-form batter. But the pressure was created in the previous over by Alice. There were no boundary in that over. We have seen the two batters scoring those boundaries in almost every over, keeping that run rate under 10. But after that over of 𝗬𝗓𝗓, the pressure slowly started to mount and eventually Ariful was undone. Slower delivery, eyeing that block hole, played that with soft hands, looking for the second and gets that quite comfortably in the end. Maidulongkorn also gets off the mark.
The quality of cricket, Mazhar, fantastic. The Dhaka Derby, both teams, they know each other very well. 𝗬𝗓𝗓, what that over, the pressure created in that over resulted in a wicket in this one.
Again looking for the second. Ran the first one hard, but Arafat Sani was not interested. Arafat Sani will like to go after Anisul Imon. He's the type of a bowler, you feel like you can go after him as a batter. But with those slowers and roll of the fingers at the last moment, makes things difficult for the batters.
And Ariful was successfully hitting boundaries of his bowling in the last over. That's why he felt he is in control. But it wasn't the case. Now Arafat Sani, he has the responsibility to take this run chase forward.
Bowling really well, wide from the left-hander, eyeing that block hole. But I must mention, very good captaincy from 𝗫𝗓𝗫𝐶𝗫 as well. Anisul Imon went for 10 runs in his first over, but he kept the trust on Anisul, bringing him back in the next over as well, and he delivered, removing Ariful.
An extra fielder on the field.
Sajjad Udash. I love your sense of humor, man. End of the over, a successful one for Dhaka Metro. 106 for 3 after 12, Dhaka Division. So a fight back from Dhaka Metro. In the past couple of overs, there were no boundaries And a wicket as well, that too of that well set in form Ariful. Anisul Islam Imon removing the in-form batter, delivering for the captain. Another experienced campaigner comes into the attack, Arafat Sani, the senior one. Has been there for a long time. Arafat Sani represented Bangladesh. Has been a prolific performer in the domestic circuit. He will also slow it down. One more over without a boundary, the pressure is fully on to the Dhaka batters.
You have to praise about Naeem Sheikh's captaincy that the timing of bringing Arafat Sani back on after that expensive first over going for 18 runs, the previous 2 overs has cost them only 8 runs and they picked up a wicket. So now he brings back his experienced bowler who is slightly short on confidence, but he is giving him that extra room to try different things.
Full toss, not being able to put that away, will only get a single. Rightly pointed out, Udash, and it's the perfect time for someone like Arafat Sani to chip in a few overs. He went for 18 in his first over. So yeah, maybe a wicket as well. Naeem Sheikh may have been hoping. Arafat Sani brings him another one. Right on the block hole. We have seen Nazmul Opoo bowling those pretty often. And now Arafat Sani in this innings.
Very good comeback on the process from Dhaka Metro bowling side. Should be a single only. The batters will feel that Arafat Sani is the bowler to target as he is struggling for his rhythm. In the process, if Dhaka Metro could pick up a wicket, especially maybe if Arafat Sani Jr. gets out now, then Dhaka Metro will be back in this game truly, big time.
Just 4 runs given from his 5 balls, Arafat Sani. This has been a very good over so far for Dhaka Metro. And the pressure is back onto the batters. No boundary yet. They will be searching for one in this delivery. Followed the batter straight to the fielder. Only a single, just 5 runs from the over from this Arafat Sani over. Dhaka Division 1-1-1 for 3 after 13. All of a sudden, Dhaka Metro bowlers creating that pressure, removing the dangerous Ariful Islam. And as you mentioned, Sajjad Udash, they haven't scored a boundary in the last 3 overs. So very good comeback with the ball for Dhaka Metro after that early flying start by the Dhaka Division batters. Anisul Imon onto his 3rd over, gave away 15 runs, picked up a wicket of Ariful. Slower delivery, comes down the track, takes that on the full, but with hardly any pace behind the ball. The batter was not able to hit that.
Dhaka Metro bowlers are giving away nothing. No breathing space for the batters. Anisul Imon, he is bowling his 3rd over after that expensive first over for 10 runs. Picked up a wicket as well.
Brilliant bowling, outstanding bowling. wide outside the off stump, full Yorker length delivery. As a batter, you can't do anything. It's been a terrific comeback with the ball for the Dhaka Metro side. And I must mention the captaincy has been good and the bowlers are bowling according to the field.
You can certainly feel the positive body languages now from the fielders. 𝗫𝗫𝐶𝗫 once again coming in all the way from the long off boundary to have a talk with his bowler.
Outstanding. Simply superb. You said Anisul Islam is not a genuine bowler, Sajjad Udash. I think you might change your words now.
Brilliant over so far. Yes, he is making me think twice. Anisul Iman.
That was in the slot, but not connected properly in the air. Fielder underneath and completes an easy catch in the end. So the pressure mounting on the Dhaka batters, and finally they are breaking. Anisul Iman removed 𝗵𝗍𝗀𝗀𝗀, who tried to go for that big hoik, picked up his second wicket, and since the 10th over of the innings, it has been a terrific comeback for the Dhaka Metro side.
It was coming. It was inevitable. Once again, this time, not a slower delivery. The batters thought it would have been targeted the leg side, getting a top edge and a good catch under the bright sky. Ronnie it was, Abu Haidar Ronnie. So Mahidul Onkon goes for 8 only from 10 balls, 113 for 4.
Anisul Iman picking those crucial wickets. First up, he removed the dangerous Ariful, and now 𝗵𝗍𝗀𝗀𝗀 Onkon creating the pressure, dried up those boundaries, and now dominating the opponent as the required run rate is now creeping up. Short ball pulled away, fine leg inside the circle, just held that away for a boundary. 𝗂𝗵𝗀𝗀𝗀 gets off the mark with a boundary.
After a long while, Anisul Iman, it was a free hit, to be very honest, for 𝗂𝗵𝗀𝗀𝗀, experienced campaigner, very attacking batter. I think the reputation of 𝗂𝗵𝗀𝗀𝗀 got big on Anisul Iman on that occasion. Otherwise, he was bowling fantastically. He's in great rhythm.
Played that intentionally. It was in the air, but he knew where he was hitting. Wide of the field at long off. Back-to-back boundaries for 𝗂𝗵𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀. But still a successful over for Anisul Iman.
Once again, this time it was full. It was slightly outside off stump, and 𝗂𝗵𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, a perfect connection to pick up a boundary through wideish long off. So a strong finish in this over for Dhaka Division, 121 for 4 after 14.
This is turning out to be quite a contest between the two Dhaka teams in this competition as 𝗂𝗚 Islam comes in and Arafat Sani drives towards long on. It's a bit of a cat and mouse still. 69 required of 35 balls for Dhaka Division. This is 𝗂𝗚 Islam's last over. It's been quite an interesting game, Mazhar, so far.
Yeah, and a very good comeback, I must mention, from the Dhaka Metro bowlers. Between 11 to 14 overs, they dried up those boundaries and picked up 2 wickets.
Yes, certainly that helped after Ariful Islam and Ronnie Talukdar gave them that fast start. And Ariful Islam is perhaps the big wicket so far, but we are still in a situation where 𝗂𝗵𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃 is one of those batters who can change the course of the game. There's Arafat Sani on 22, so all's not done yet for Dhaka Division. He goes for the big one. It's high up in the air and it's gone for a maximum.
That's the third ball 𝗂𝗵𝗂𝗂𝗃 played. First one a boundary, second one a boundary, and the third one goes for the maximum. He came up with the intent right away. He will play his strokes and release the pressure that was created by the Dhaka Metro bowlers.
Yes, that was a beautiful swing of the bat. And when that ball went high up in the air with the blue background of the sky, created an awesome scene for those watching at home. 𝗂𝗚 Islam switches to around the wicket, trying to change the angle to 𝗂𝗵𝗂𝗂𝗃, who is on a rampage. 3 balls faced, 3 boundaries already. Goes for the reverse and it's up in the air and he's gone. A shorter ball. That doesn't work this time as 𝗂𝗚 Islam picks up the wicket.
Yeah, the wicket was always coming. They needed to hit those boundaries and sixes, and 𝗂𝗵𝗂𝗂𝗃, who was tracking the ball really well, went for that reverse. We don't see him playing those reverse pretty often. Rather, he goes down the ground or maybe that slog sweep. But this time he went for the reverse and lost his wicket. 𝗂𝗚 Islam strikes for Dhaka Metro, removing the dangerous 𝗂𝗵𝗂𝗂𝗃, who struck a 6 of the last ball to win their first game against Sylhet. Now departs. A big wicket for Dhaka Metro. Experienced 𝗂𝗵𝗂𝗂𝗃 departs after scoring 14. Dhaka Division are in a spot of bother.
Wickets are the order of the day for the Dhaka Metro bowlers, defending that 190 run total. They've just got rid of the dangerous 𝗂𝗵𝗂𝗂𝗃, who was striking the ball pretty well until he was caught at point by Shadman Islam of 𝗂𝗚 Islam. He's picked up his first wicket despite bowling quite well today. He's just got the 1 wicket as 𝗘𝗄𝗃𝗃 faces. Doesn't quite get a measure of that delivery. Mazhar, it's wickets that have brought Dhaka Metro back into the contest, and for a team that has won 3 matches in a row, that confidence always simmers on the surface. And there you go, another excellent delivery from 𝗂𝗚.
Yes, and the required run rate was always jumping, and with those 4 overs between 11 to 14, where the Dhaka Metro kept things tight, putting the pressure back onto the batters, and the big target on the board was always creating that pressure.
Pitched it right up as 𝗃𝗄𝗃𝗃 works it on the onside, trying to get a second. He gets off the mark, having to hit the ground running. End of the 15th over, Dhaka are 129 for 5. Gentle breeze blowing across the academy ground here in Sylhet, as the two sides have been neck and neck, but Dhaka Metro actually bossed that middle period thanks to 𝗂𝗪𝗻𝗀𝗄𝗏 83 for 1. Dhaka meanwhile lost the way in these overs in the middle, 69 for 3, and Mazhar, that could create the difference in the end, that attack from 𝗂𝗪𝗻𝗀𝗄𝗏 in the middle.
Definitely, he kept the tempo high right after he went to the crease looking for those boundaries, and also rotated the strike, pushing the fielders hard, and helped 𝗫𝗎𝗍 to relax a bit from the other end, who was looking good as well. But he took on the responsibility on himself, 𝗂𝗪𝗻𝗻𝗀𝗄𝗏, and that kept the tempo high and gaining that momentum going forward as they go on to post a good total on the board in the end, despite not a very good late launch in the end.
That goes down the leg side from Rakibul Hasan. That's a wide first ball. Yes, Mazhar, you're right how that attack from 𝗂𝗪𝗻𝗻𝗀𝗏 boosted Dhaka Metro and has kept Dhaka Division behind the game throughout this game. Again down the leg side, 𝗂𝗵𝗶𝗴𝗲 goes for that sweep shot, and that one goes for 4. Not over yet for Dhaka Division.
Tried to bowl a lot quicker. Rakibul, as I mentioned previously, he's been trying this right from the start of the tournament, where the batters will tend to go after the spinners. It's always important for the spinners to bowl a lot slower.
This time wide outside off stump. 𝗂𝗪𝗏 goes for that expansive drive. Just get a single. It brings Arafat Sani on strike. Yes, Rakibul, again a different type of a bowler, different type of a left-arm spinner who bowls flatter through the air. Not much air on the ball. Tries to hit the wicket, almost like a seamer. This time a Yorker length delivery. Arafat Sani just gets a single.
But still working for Rakibul though, bowling those seam-up deliveries. On the other hand, Arafat Sani stuck a bit. I think he's faced 21 deliveries for his 23. He needs to get going now.
This one a full toss from Rakibul to just get a single. And Mazhar, if you notice Rakibul's hands, massive palms, so that gripping that ball shouldn't be a big problem, but he prefers bowling quicker through the air, trying to bowl a flatter trajectory. And there you go, that's a proper Yorker.
Trained under Wahidul Goni for Ongkur cricketers, Rakibul from Dhaka.
Another Yorker. This time Arafat Sani digs it out, down to long on. Good piece of coverage there from Imon as he concedes a single. End of the over. Dhaka are 138 for 5 after 16. Looking at that over comparison, we entered the last 5 overs for Dhaka Division. Dhaka Metro couldn't quite push on, lost 5 wickets in those overs. Did score 54 runs, but we were expecting something around 60 from them in those last few overs. They finish on 190, and from this point, Dhaka Division has to push on. Before we end this game, I think the viewers also should know that Mazharuddin Naumi has been a regular in the Dhaka League, and he, before the start of play, it was like a reunion sort of for Mazhar with many of his former teammates and current friends. They've been hanging around for a while, and it was good to see you guys taking that photo.
It's been a long time, Isam. We don't get that opportunity to meet pretty often these days. Changed our paths. It's wide, very wide. Yeah, the idea is right, bowling that wider to the left-hander with that backward point in place for the left-hander. Yeah, it's great to be together again. And both the teams. It's got quite a few players I've played with during my playing days, the likes of Nadif Chaudhary, who is now an age level selector and also the manager of Dhaka Division.
Fuller on the stumps, but this time all Arafat Sani can do is play it straight down the ground. Couldn't quite use that full bunger from Shahidul Islam. Taibur Rahman on 7, Arafat Sani Jr. batting on 25 of 24, hasn't quite got going as Dhaka requires another 51 runs in the innings with 4 overs and 5 balls remaining. 3 overs and 5 balls remaining, I beg your pardon. Fuller this time, but 𝗂𝗵𝗴𝗲𝗂 misses out.
Isam, we mentioned about this tournament as a big platform for those youngsters moving forward to the BPL. I really feel those who are yet to get a team, I'm not sure whether Ariful got a team in the BPL or not, or maybe players like Jisan Alam. Slower outside the off stump, will only get a single. Yeah, the owners of the BPL teams, I'm sure they must keep a close eye on this tournament and scout a few players for their franchises.
That is a super point, Mazhar. That is the whole purpose of this tournament, and I think we've seen a display of such talent and ability that you can, garnish the BPL with these wonderful cricketers. That's struck down the ground by Arafat Sani. He remains at the runner ball. But yes, so many factors coming in, so many talented cricketers. You can see batters with different abilities. You mentioned Ariful Islam, you mentioned Jishan Alam, but then there are others too, like Azizul Hakim Tamim, and wonderful talented young players, even the senior ones. They are quite interesting to see that they have continued playing so well in this format. Another slower ball from Shahidul Islam as that goes down to long on for just a single. Oh, there is a bit of overthrow. No, they don't take a single of that ball. But you see a number of these cricketers were good enough for a BPL team and who can add value to those teams. The draft was held, but I'm sure there are provisions for them to draft more players from this competition. Shahidul can't complete his run up. He goes back. Interestingly, he's bowling around the wicket to Arafat Sani. Someone like Shamsur Rahman Shubho, the way he batted today. Fuller in length again goes for the crash and burn, but there's a bit of misfield. That square leg. They run for the second and they make it. That was a shoddy piece of work, which ends the over for Dhaka Division on 145 for 5 after 17 overs. Dhaka require another 46 runs from the last 3 overs. 18 balls remaining in the 15th match of the Al Arafa Islami Bank presents NCL T20, powered by Walton. As Naeem Sheikh reorganizes his field, he's got only one fielder in front of the wicket. Inside the circle on the offside, a cover. There is a backward point. There is a cover, a deep cover in place. There's an extra cover now, which opens up the offside as Anisul Islam Imon, the pick of the Dhaka Metro bowlers, come into the attack for his final over. There's also a short third in place, while the fine leg is also inside the circle. Goes full, goes big, and that one goes for a 6. 𝗂𝗵𝗴𝗲𝗂 starts off this 18th over with a straight one.
It was on the slot. The idea from Anisul Islam was to bowl outside the off stump, where the left-hander had to reach for it with fielders at deep cover and deep point comes into play, but 𝗫𝗺𝗃𝗃 had other ideas. He went down the ground, straight as an arrow, challenged the fielder at long on, down on his knees, and gets the maximum. They need more of those now.
The 150 comes up for Dhaka as well. There he goes again. Same zone, and it's another maximum. 2 in a row.
We still got a game in our hands, Isam. Back-to-back sixes by 𝗫𝗺𝗀𝗻. Pretty identical. As if I'm like watching the replay of the previous delivery. Outstanding execution. And experienced Shohidul and Naeem Sheikh having a few words with Anisul Islam, who is under a bit of pressure now.
Yes, that equation now, 34 required of 16. It was just a while ago, it was 46 required of the last 3 overs. Those 2 sixes have brought down the required rate. It's now 12.75. But the impact of those 2 shots from 𝗫𝗺𝗻 will see that ripple effect in that Dhaka Division dugout. They will start to feel a lot more confident, while Naeem Sheikh is having to reorganize that field again and giving some words of advice to the bowler Anisul Islam, who's bowled well so far in this match, except for these 2 deliveries perhaps going wrong to the left-hander. 𝗫𝗺𝗻 batting on 21 of 11 balls already. He goes again, but he's gone. Pitched it up, this time on the stumps. Anisul hits, gets his 3rd wicket. Not much of a celebration, but a crucial wicket nonetheless.
Change of strategy worked for Anisul Islam. Prior to this delivery, the captain brings in the fielder at deep point to inside the circle and then moves back that fielder at square leg to deep. And Anisul Islam dragged back the length a bit and bowled onto the stump. A slower delivery by the right arm seamer with those roll of the fingers onto the stump, right on the money. 𝗫𝗺𝗻 had to go for it and hitting that timber. Big wicket again by Anisul Islam. It's been a very good game for him so far. Picked up his 3rd wicket, and that too of that dangerous 𝗫𝗺𝗻, who departs after scoring 21 of just 11. Dhaka 157 for 5.
Dhaka were on a roll in this over. 2 sixes by 𝗫𝗺𝗻, but then he gets out the next ball, throwing a lifeline back at Dhaka Metro. This has been like a volleyball, like a game of volleyball. You know, it's on both sides. You know, you can sense that this is a great contest. And I love the way Shamsur Rahman saw 𝗫𝗺𝗻 getting out, but had his arms around the batter. The batter was quite disappointed, but being an opponent, but being a senior player in the scene, I think he told him to calm down, that it's okay, you can get out. It's wonderful to see the spirit in this game so far. Fuller, and he's gone! Wicket number 4 for Anisul Islam Imon. He has been the game changer. Removes Anamul Haq. First ball.
He is my player of the match, Isam. 4 wickets with the ball, scored a handy 20 runs with the bat, and the situation the captain brings him, he delivered, picking up those crucial wickets. And when it mattered, he was under fire. The batters were going hard at him, but Anisul Islam kept his composure even after hitting those 2 sixes by 𝗫𝗺𝗻. He came back well and removed 𝗫𝗺 along with another batter. So all of a sudden, Dhaka Metro are sensing a victory now.
Yes, 157 for 7. Anisul Islam Imon is now on a hat-trick, having picked up his 4 wickets. He's got 2 in this over of consecutive deliveries as Shubman Khan takes guard, facing the hat-trick ball. And Mazhar, I hope the BPL team owners are also watching. This is a very handy all-rounder that we have in front of us. scored runs in the middle overs, and now has taken 4 wickets as he runs in. That's carved away, falls in front of the point fielder. That was close. They take a single. Shomon Khan gets off the mark, but excellent bowling there. Fantastic effort from Anisul Iman, 4 for 38 at this point. And as you said, Dhaka Metro are right back on top of this contest. This is the last ball of the over, as Iman might have one eye on a fifer. He's got one ball left. Arafat Sani on strike. Goes wide, can't connect with it. End of the over, 158 for 7. As we have a change in voice, Mazharuddin Omi will rush downstairs for the presentation as Shahzad Udash joins me in the comm box. The equation is still not too far away from Dhaka Division, but they've lost their big hitters. It's 33 required from the last 12 balls, with Shomon Khan and Arafat Sani Jr. at the crease. �57 falling in the previous over despite hitting those 2 sixes. That has not worked well for Dhaka Division, as Abu Haider Rani comes in to bowl only his second over. Very interesting to see Shahzad. Look at his figures, 6 runs, 1 wicket, but just the 1 over. Works that away on the leg side. They look for the second. The throw is a good one. Yes, Sajad, why haven't they used Abu Haider Rani?
Probably he wasn't required. The other bowlers have delivered, especially I'd love to name Alis Al Islam. That one tight over started all the pressure on the batting team, and then Anisul Iman, he picked up 4 wickets. Who would have thought that Anisul Iman could finish his 4 overs?
Fuller ball, slower in pace, as Arafat Sani struggled a lot with the bat. I think 28 of 28 in this situation is not going to cut it. Is only banked on singles despite Shomon Khan being at the other end. Sani should have been the one trying for the big ones, trying to score at a faster rate, but he's continued to play that anchor role at the other end despite the change in batters at the other end. Another full ball. Shomon Khan, all he can do is drive it down to long off for a single.
Arafat Sani Jr., he needs to go big now. 30 of 9 deliveries. The next 3 deliveries will be very, very crucial. How Arafat Sani could deal with those balls, how much he could score. Even if he could score 2 boundaries of the next 2 and then take a single to keep the strike to himself, that will do.
He doesn't connect. That's a great piece of bowling for Abu Haider Rani. The umpire there signaling that 2 balls remain. It's a wonderful delivery from Abu Haider Rani. A cutter that he floats away from the ball, which is a leg cutter. No chance for Sani, who looks to slog that one. It's 30 required of the last 8 balls. And another great delivery, just a single. Abu Haider Rani has been fantastic in this over so far. Just the 4 runs from his 5 deliveries as he has kept Arafat Sani and Shubman Khan in check as the run rate mounts at the other end.
Good bowling, very good bowling by the experienced Abu Haider Ronnie. Now this is a very much uphill task for Dhaka Division. They went 98 for 2 in 10 overs and they were cruising along.
Oh, that's a high full toss. The umpires will have something to do with it. The square leg umpire has already signaled a no ball. That was a dangerous delivery from Abu Haider Ronnie on his fellow fast bowler. No love lost between the two. That fast bowlers union has been gone for many years.
Shubman Khan, unfortunately he was at the receiving end. Now Arafat Sani will enjoy the free hit. But the problem is, yes, he definitely has to look for the boundary, but he needed to be on strike in the last over.
That's a great delivery for a free hit. Not wide enough, but wide enough to bowl a dot. End of the over, 164 for 7 at the end of the 19th. Dhaka needing 27 of that last over. Here is the phase-wise score comparison. The two teams were neck and neck. In fact, Dhaka was ahead of Dhaka Metro, but in those middle overs, those extra 14 runs that came during that 𝗂𝗏𝗂𝗂𝗃 blast that helped Dhaka Metro, they didn't finish that well. But now Dhaka Division requires a further 27 runs in the last 6 balls of this match. Coming in from the Al Arafa Islami back end. We look at that shortened scorecard. Ronnie Talukdar with the 39, Ariful Islam with 42. Arafat Sani not out on 29, but that strike rate is not going to help him. 𝗙𝗵𝗵𝗴 tried hard with his 21 of 12. 4 wickets for Anis Limon right at the bottom. 4 overs for 38. 1 each for Ronnie, Al Islam and Rakibul Hassan. As Shohid comes in to bowl the last over. This one, he's gone for it. Straight down the ground for a maximum. It's not over, Shahzad.
Definitely isn't. Shubman Khan now, he's saying to his partner Arafat Sani, well, you might be the said batter, but I can hit a few. He was standing on the off stump and then big blow of the bat. What a big 6, and the 4th umpire once again running in with the suitcase. How many balls are left in there?
So they've lost 2, and this is the 3rd one that they've lost. A very interesting piece of trivia from this game. I think we should keep note of this. 3 lost balls in this single innings. The Dhaka Division batters can hit the long one. Shubman Khan this time, not a very well-known batter, coming in at number 9 for Dhaka Division, but this fast bowler has kept the game alive. Dhaka needing 21 of the last 5 balls as Shahidul Islam and the rest of the Dhaka high-ups, the captain, the senior players, are having their conferences. They're having their Zoom meetings out in the middle. It's a crisis. Let's see what Shahidul comes up with now. Oh, yes. That's the response, a fuller delivery that Shubman Khan misses out and misses the stumps too.
Brilliantly bowled. It was always dipping and not an easy delivery to hit, especially for the tail end batter.
Goes for it towards the leg side, only get a single. The equation now becomes improbable with 3 legal deliveries. Dhaka need 20 runs in the last 3 balls. Shahidul has closed out the affair. And without blaming Arafat Sani, it put a lot of pressure on Shubman Khan as the only one who is trying to hit a 6. 𝗂𝗏𝗂𝐻 meanwhile has kept it quite conservative at his end. Now he goes for it without even looking at that shot, and the catch is taken in the covers. It's wicket number 8 for Dhaka Metro.
I think 𝗂𝗏𝗂𝐻 would have been really upset with himself. He started well, make no mistake about it. When Ariful was going all guns blazing, 𝗂𝗏𝗂𝗂, he was playing the supporting role once again now. Let's have a look at the dismissal. It was a full toss outside of stump. 𝗂𝗏𝗂𝗂, he had no control over the shot. He's gone for 29 now of 32 deliveries, 171 for 8.
Shahidul Islam taking up his first wicket of this game as he runs in now to Iqbal Hussain Ibn. Goes wide again, hugging that line that assists the umpire, that blue line that assists the umpire to understand whether it's a wide or not. It's a fantastic delivery from the seamer, Shahidul Islam. 1 ball remaining, Dhaka needing 20. A lost cause for them. Again a wide delivery, and that brilliant finish, a dot ball to finish off this game. Just concedes 7 in that last over. Dhaka Division 171 for 8, falling short by 19 runs as they complete 4 wins in a row.
This is the last 10 overs that caused the game for Dhaka Division. You could clearly divide this innings by 2 halves. In the first half, Dhaka Division, they were winning. They were 98 for 2. And in the last 10, they scored only 73 runs, losing 6 wickets. Both teams failing to finish well with the bat, but Dhaka Metro, they had one set batter in the crease till the end in form of their captain Naeem Sheikh. Anyone from Dhaka Division couldn't do so. Dhaka Metro, they are flying 4 out of 4.
Yes, indeed, the 2 sets of players, long-term friends, because both sets play for Dhaka Division or Dhaka Metro, which is from the same region of the country. It was the Dhaka Derby that the Dhaka Metro, which is made up of players from the Dhaka metropolis area, and Dhaka Division is the side that is made up of the entire division except for the Dhaka metropolis area. We now go to Mazaruddin Omi for the flash interview. Look at that Dhaka Division card. Ariful Islam top scoring with 42. Ronnie Talukder gave them the early start with 39. 𝗂𝗏𝗂𝐻 29. That towards the end, Taibu Rahman tried hard with his 21. It's 171 for 8 from their 20 overs. Not enough to win this game as they fall short by 19 runs. The bowling card, Anisul Islam Imon, the man at who was introduced last in the attack, 4 for 38, 1 each for Shahidul, Ronnie, Alice and Rakibul. No wickets for 𝗂𝗏𝗂𝗂. but he's offered a bit of tightness from one end for that 1 over. The fall of wickets, you can see that in the middle period they lost the way slightly and couldn't quite recover. 171 for 8. Dhaka Division, as Dhaka Metro showed a lot of discipline with the ball. Here's the highlights of the innings. Saif, the first to go early on in the piece, giving a catch to long on. But then it was Ariful Islam who started the big hitting, leaving it to Ronnie, who went after almost every ball in his short stay. Batted fantastically for that 39 he scored. Laid the foundation for the chase. Superb batting from Ronnie Talukdar, hitting those big ones. Many of those balls that he hit for 6 were lost. And there was Ariful Islam, young Ariful, showing a lot of class with those deft touches to go with his big hits. And when Ronnie fell, the pressure was on for Dhaka. Arafat Jr. and Arif tried to keep them on track, tried to hit those boundaries in the middle period. This one was really high in the air. It was a good catch at the end. Runs kept flowing from Ariful Islam. But then when he finally, this one was a 6, when he finally got out to this reverse shot from Shubhogato, and then came 𝗙𝗵𝗴𝗲𝗂𝗧, whose 2 sixes nearly took Dhaka all the way, but Anisul Ibon had the last laugh with those 2 wickets in his over. The first was 𝗙𝗵𝗴𝗲𝗂𝗧. 𝗙𝗵𝗴𝗲𝗂𝗧 being consoled by the Dhaka Metro fielders because he tried really hard. A wonderful approach from the young batters of Dhaka Division. We will now go to the flash interview with Mazharuddin Ami.
Islam batted really well for his 40, but in the end Dhaka Division go on to lose the game. আরিফুল, শুরুটা কিন্তু খুব ভালো হয়েছিল আপনাদের, আপনিও খুব ভালো একটা স্টার্ট দিচ্ছিলেন। মাঝের ওভারগুলোতে 10 থেকে 14 ওভারে কি ডিফারেন্স করে দিল নাকি?
হ্যাঁ, আমার কাছে মনে হয় দেখেন বিগ টোটালে ওই মাঝের ওভারগুলোতে রান না হলে আসলে কিছুটা বোলিং সাইডের দিকে চলে যায় খেলাটা। সো ওই টাইমটা একটু রান হলে হয়তো আমাদের ফরেই থাকতো।
রাইট, আপনার ব্যাটিং নিয়ে একটু বলতেন যদি। আপনি কিন্তু সব জায়গায় শট খেলছেন, এটা নিয়ে কি এক্সট্রা কাজ করছেন? যেমন র্যাম্প শটগুলোর কথা যদি বলি আমি।
না, অ্যাকচুয়ালি সত্যি বলতে তেমন কোনো কাজ করা হয় না আমার। এই শট নিয়ে কখনোই কাজ করি নাই, কারণ কাজ করার সুযোগ পাই না আর কি। সবসময় টুর্নামেন্টের উপরে ছিলাম। সো এটা জাস্ট সিচুয়েশন বুঝে আর কি চেষ্টা করি। এখন যে ক্রিকেটটা হচ্ছে ওয়ার্ল্ডে, সো সবাই আর কি সব জায়গায় খেলার চেষ্টা করে। সো ওই জায়গা থেকে আর কি চেষ্টা করি।
Thank you very much. Well played. All the best for the next game. Back to the com box.
Thank you, Mazhar, for that snap interview with Ariful Islam, that young batter who's impressed in this tournament so far. Scored a 40-odd today, but he showed that he's got a lot of ability with the bat, having a lot of skills, but falling for 42, that crucial period in the middle overs, that made the difference for Dhaka Metro, who've now won 4 games in a row in the competition. An interesting start for them. Certainly they will push for that top position in the points table throughout. We now go downstairs again with Mazharuddin Ami for the post-match presentation.
It's been a very good game of cricket overall, but in the end it was Dhaka Metro go on to win by 19 runs. Congratulations to Dhaka Metro and hard luck to Dhaka Division. Hello and welcome to Al-Arafa Islami Bank presents NCL T20 2024-25 powered by Walton in association with Lily and Ace Properties. First of all, let me introduce to our guest today. We have MD Sajjad Hussain, Additional Director, Walton High-Tech Industries, alongside Qazi Ashfaq Mustafa, First Assistant Vice President, Al-Arafa Islami Bank PLC, Sylhet Zonal Office, Sylhet. And then we have Nazmul Abidin Fahim, Director, Bangladesh Cricket Board, and Abdullah Al Mahmood, Senior Executive, Remark HP Limited. Thank you, gentlemen, for being with us. Right, first up, I need to call upon the Dhaka Division Captain, Saif Hassan, to come up and have a few words. Saif, hard luck. It was a good chase at the start, but probably between 10 to 14 overs, things changed for your side.
Yeah, I think we started very well. Our power play was good, even though up to 10 overs we were ahead in the game. I think the 10 to 14 overs we missed there, but hopefully we can come back in the next match.
You must be desperate to get your first win of the tournament.
We won the first match.
Yeah, but then again after that,
We lose the momentum, but we should try to come back as soon as possible. No more matches left, 3 more matches left, so we should come back as soon as possible.
Hard luck and all the best for the next matches. Saif Hassan, the captain of Dhaka Division. Right, we have quite a few contenders for the man of the match, but in the end, it was for his all-round effort. First up, with the bat, 23 of just 13 balls, and then picking up 4 wickets. It's Anisul Islam Imon, the Al-Arafa Islami Bank player of the match. He will collect the check and a crest from our guests. ইমন ওয়েল প্লেড প্রথমত ব্যাট হাতে খুব দ্রুত 23 রান করেছিলেন এবং পরবর্তীতে যখন ক্যাপ্টেন আপনাকে
ক্যাপ্টেন বলেছে যে নরমাল তুই যেটা পারস তুই ওইটাতেই বল কর আর নিজের উপরে বিশ্বাস রাখিস তুই পারবি ক্যাপ্টেন কনফিডেন্স দিছিল
রাইট ওই সময় ব্যাটাররা কিন্তু অনেক চার্জ করতে চাচ্ছিল আপনাকে সো আপনার স্ট্র্যাটেজি কি ছিল অ্যাজ এ বোলার
ক্যাপ্টেন আমাকে যে প্ল্যান দিয়েছে আমি ওই প্ল্যান অনুযায়ী বোলিং করছি চেঞ্জ অফ পেস উইকেটে যেহেতু পেস ছিল চেঞ্জ অফ পেস ট্রাই করছি
Well played and all the best for the next matches as well. Anisul Islam Imon, the player of the match, Al-Arafa Islami Bank, player of the match. Now it's time for me to call up the winning captain, Naeem Sheikh, to come up and have a few words, please. Naeem, well played. 4 wins on trot. নিশ্চয়ই খুশি হবেন আপনার পারফরম্যান্সে
হ্যাঁ ডেফিনেটলি উপর থেকে যখন একটা ভালো স্টার্ট করতে পারবো ডেফিনেটলি ভালো লাগে আর টিমকে যখন এরকম ভালো একটা টোটাল দিতে পারি বলারদের উপর কনফিডেন্স থাকি
শুরুটা কিন্তু অপোনেন্টের ভালো হয়েছিল তারা স্টার্ট ভালো করেছিল বাট 10 থেকে 14 ওভারের মধ্যে আপনারা খুব টাইট করে ফেলেছিলেন আনিসুল ইসলামকে যখন বল দিয়েছিলেন আপনার প্ল্যানটা কি ছিল
না আসলে খেলা একদম ইকুয়াল যাচ্ছিল এখানে কাম থাকাটা অনেক ইম্পর্টেন্ট ছিল তো আমি জানি ওর উপর আমার ট্রাস্ট ছিল যে ও আমার 2টা ওভার ভালো করে দিবে ভালো করলে আর লম্বা করবো তো ওর সাথে আমার প্ল্যান যেটা করছি ওটা প্রপার এক্সিকিউশন হয়েছে দেখে ও সাকসেস হয়েছে বেশি তো ওইটাই ওরে বারে বারে বলতেছিলাম যে তুমি তোমার প্ল্যানে স্ট্রিক্ট থাকো এটাই কথা হয়েছে
Well played and all the best for the next matches as well. Naeem Sheikh, the captain of Dhaka Metro, and that concludes the presentation party here. Back to the combox.
Thank you, Mazhar. A very happy occasion for Dhaka Metro winning that game. We look at that match summary. Dhaka Metro 190, Naeem Sheikh 69, Shamsur Rahman Shubha 43, Anisul Islam with that 23, and Anisul Islam then taking 4 wickets as Dhaka were restricted to 171 for 8 from the 20 overs. Metro winning the match by 19 runs in the end. We bid goodbye from this 15th match and we ask you to come back again for the next one. It's bye-bye from the combox.